You and I have been given a purpose. We have been given a stewardship. We have been called into battle. We have a reason to live. We have a reason to die.
God is sovereign over everything, but he is worthy of praise, not just for the creation of the universe, but for the salvation of your soul.
Faith is not a creative thing, a meritorious thing. It's a receptive thing. Faith is not a creator, it's a beholder. It beholds the righteousness of Christ.
Faith will always move us to action, to a life of obedience, to a life of sacrifice, to a life of service, to a committed life that believes that the God who spoke the world out of nothingness is the same God who has promised you life abundant and life eternal, and his promises are true.
You are welcome to this sovereign Savior who has no to-do list by which you might convert his gift of savability into salvation, but who, by his efficacious atonement, has fully accomplished salvation, a salvation to which you need add nothing.
Our faith in who Christ claims to be is our first business.
Our primary assignment must never be compromised. We are called to faithfully preach the word.
Grace and peace, you guys. Welcome back to the Standardoftruth podcast, where we discuss all things social, cultural, political, and theological from a biblical perspective. Happy Friday, you guys. Welcome to the live stream. I am your host, April Chapman, and I'm so excited to be here with you guys this evening. We've had an explosive day. Not sure if you've been paying attention, but I mean, I've never seen anything like what I saw happen in the Oval Office. Or were they in the West Wing? Listen, I don't even know where they were. I think they were in the Oval Office. But we're going to talk a little bit about President Zelensky, who is currently, I'm calling him the little weak jellyback leader of the Ukraine. And I saw a side of Vice President J.D. Vance today, and I was like, okay, I see you, J.D. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today. We're also going to cover, you guys find the most amazing clips to send me to review. And so we're going to talk a little bit about some Oratchetang energy. I'm gravely concerned about the public behavior of many women who share my ethnic reflection, and whether they are in high-ranking political offices or just regular Shaniquas all around the way. I'm concerned, like something's going on with us, and I have an inkling as to what it is, but we're going to review two videos today. We're going to review a video by Oklahoma State Senator Regina Goodwin, who I'm trying to figure out something is wrong with us. And I'm saying us, and I'm using this collective pronoun, not that this is behavior reflective of how I would behave, but we have to collectively kind of discuss these things to kind of figure out what is going on. And try to analyze this, because it's starting, most people say, well, it's not that it's more prevalent. It's just that social media allows us to see this behavior and it seems more magnified than what it is. I disagree. I do believe that a lot of this poor behavior is being enabled, and our entitlement from a societal perspective has increased so much so that behavior like this is seen more readily because it is allowed. It's allowed to happen. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that. And then we're also going to talk. I feel sorry for Lowe's. Shout out to Lowe's Home Improvement. Lowe's is very near and dear to my heart. I spent 11 years in the retail space, particularly on the furniture and mattress side, not appliances. But we're also going to review a video of this chick who she lost her mind simply because the refrigerator that she ordered did not fit in her home to get in through the doorway. And I've got loads of stories like that and how I had to handle my share of we'll call her appliance Karen. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. But before we get into it, I want to ask you guys, if you would, to like this video, like the live stream, support the work that I'm doing over here. God is opening some amazing doors, and I'm busting right through those bad boys. Not taking for granted the doors that He is opening for me, but using every opportunity to make much of Christ, to represent my culture and my family well. And so every time you engage with my live streams or my content, it lets YouTube know that the work that I'm doing over here is valuable and you want more people to learn about it. We are almost to our 100,000th subscriber. We are so close, yet I say oh so far, but I believe we'll get over that hump sooner rather than later, maybe in the next 30 days. Who knows? But go ahead and like this live stream and share it with your tribe. And let's go ahead and get a few announcements out of the way before we get into the show. Earlier this week, I made my second appearance on Newsmax 2. Shout out to Project 21. The people over there have been so kind and gracious and accommodating for me and to me by sending me out as an ambassador for such an illustrious organization. And that door afforded me the opportunity to show my face on Newsmax 2 this week, weighing in on some cultural things and political things. And it was really, really nice to have that experience. That was my second time. Last week I was on there. Then I was on there this week, and I'll be there, Lord willing, again this upcoming Monday at 7 a.m. Now, that's a little early. That is a little early for those of us who are self-employed. We don't get up that early. But I will be sure to send you guys a clip of that appearance as soon as I get it. Had a great time on there. They gave me some incredible camera time. And so I'm just grateful for that. So I wanted to remind you guys of that. And then also this other organization that is near and dear to my heart that I used to be connected with. I used to serve as the assistant state director for Blexic, Georgia. And then I also served them in I was a state advisor at one time. This was in the infant stages of the organization. They're still very near and dear to my heart. And they are having an event, you guys. They are having an event next month here in Metro Atlanta that I want to tell you guys about. I want to tell you guys about it because one of my bros, my big brother in the Lord, is going to be the keynote there. Brother Virgil Walker. He is a dear brother in the Lord, and he has done incredible work in the pro-life movement, in the social justice space of things. He is a dear brother and ministry partner of mine, and so he is going to be the keynote. This event is called Night of Faith, and it is happening at Bishop Dwayne Harden's church right here in Metro Atlanta. I think it's in Marietta. But I wanted to tell you guys about that event because it is happening right here in my backyard. And so we cannot have Blexic coming to do an event and Atlanta doesn't show up and show out. We want to let Blexic know that when they come, Atlanta comes and supports. I just went to a Night of Faith up in Detroit last week, and it was an amazing event. Food was there, and you know food is the great equalizer. When you have food there, it gets people's defenses down. They open up, they relax a little bit. So there's definitely going to be food at this event. They are going to feed you. And so it is free. Did I mention that it was free? It is free. There is no cost of admission. All you have to do is register. And so it's my fault because I had a hair appointment earlier today, and I really didn't prepare the show notes for the show like I was supposed to. So the link to register is currently not in the description box, but I can guarantee you that I'm gonna put it in there in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail as soon as I find said link, and then send it to myself, and then send it to you guys. I want you guys to register. If you are in Metro Atlanta, if you are in Birmingham, because this is going to be in Austell, not Marietta. I'm sorry, it's going to be in Austell. So if you're in Austell and you're in Birmingham, that's barely an hour away. I need my Birmingham people, okay, if y'all want to carpool or get the church van or the church bus or however y'all do it these days, go on and round up your people. And y'all come on, head on over to Atlanta and come and worship with us for the night of faith. Y'all, I can't find this link. Where's the link? Once I find the link, before the show is over, I'll re-mention this again. But you could always go to Blexic's website, and under events, you will see the Night of Faith, and you'll see it. It's in Austell, Georgia. These are some of the individuals. Sister Rakita Harper, amazing vocalist, amazing psalmist. She'll be handling the music for that evening. So I think you should come. I think you should come, not just because I asked you to come, but because you will be blessed. And it really was a great event. So I wanted to make sure I told you guys about that. That is April the 5th at 5 p.m. That's a Saturday night, so you shouldn't have to worry too much about Atlanta traffic. But then again, let me not speak too soon, because it is Atlanta traffic. So just, leave plenty of time to leave your house to get there on time. So I think that, other event. G3. I am a partner with G3. And if you guys want to save some money, okay, I go to G3 every biannual. It's a biannual conference. And I've mentioned this plenty of time. If you've joined us on the live stream and you saw the beginning, the countdown, like the time before I come on the camera, that is the promo ad for the 2025 G3 conference taking place September 11th through the 13th. And it's an amazing conference. I have grown spiritually by leaps and bounds. I've met some of the most amazing people. These people are still my friends to this day, from all over the country, of all ethnicities and backgrounds. We gather and descend upon the city of Atlanta to make much of our King. And so I want you guys to join me at this conference, and you can use my code G3SOTP to save yourself 20% off of your conference registration. And to cut costs, what I always tell my audience, the best thing to do is do an Airbnb. Find you some friends between now and September. Make you some friends in this live chat. Find out who's going to be at G3, and y'all collaborate amongst yourselves and do an Airbnb. It will be so much more cost effective if you do that and get like a 3 or 5 bedroom house. You have your own bedroom, your own bathroom, and you get to spread out. You're not going to be spending much time at the house anyway, because you're going to be at the conference all day. But doing an Airbnb is a good idea, because hotel stays can get expensive. I did a hotel last year, and are we doing that again? Absolutely not. It was 6 of us. Me and my 4 babies, and the one flesh partner that the Lord blessed me with was in one hotel room. Them kids were like, "This is so nice for us to be all together and stuff." And I was like, "Y'all too big for this. Y'all are just too." We all was too big. We had fun, but I don't want to do that again. We made the best of it, but I ain't doing that no more. We're doing an Airbnb. So just want to tell you guys about G3. And meet me there this fall. All right, now let's get into this topic, because there's some really great. I think it's the fluoride in the water. That's what I think it is. There's something in the water that is causing women to lose their ever-loving mind. Maybe it's the fluoride. Y'all, now maybe you don't know. Fluoride is a neurotoxin. And so if you don't have a good water filtration system in your home, you may want to consider doing so. Fluoride not only is a neurotoxin that messes with your brain, but it's also an endocrine disruptor. Your endocrine system is the system in your body that's responsible for hormone production and regulation. And I really think it's something going on in the water that's making these women act a fool. That's the story I'm sticking with. I have a hard time believing that women are coming out the womb acting crazy like this. But let me go ahead. Why was I muted? How long was I muted? Was I muted recently or just now? How long was I muted? Like, you know what it was? When I do the screen share, the system thinks that I'm about to play the video and it just muted me. So how long was I? I know you can't hear me. I know it's a little delay. They still saying muted. They can hear me now. Okay. I don't know what happened. I think I know what happened. Whenever I change scenes to get ready to show y'all the scene, the system thinks that I'm ready to show the video, so it automatically mutes my mic. So 2 minutes? Oh, right before the lady. Thank you, Build Your Inheritance. Thank you so much. Okay. Yeah, what happens is when I change scenes, I think I have a setting where the system thinks that I want it to mute the mic. So let me change that real quick because it's gonna do it again. And y'all know I can't talk to y'all and give y'all my undivided attention and be paying attention to the chat and then be checking to make sure I'm not muted. So let me change that. Automatically mute microphone and guest. Yes, there it is. All right, I fixed that part. There was a setting that automatically mutes the mic when it believes that I'm about to do video playback. So I'm so sorry about that, you guys. Let me start over. What I was saying is that we're about to watch a video by Oklahoma State Senator Regina Goodwin. And I hate that I have to do this video. Well, not really, because it makes for good content. But this was embarrassing. One, Senator Goodwin looks like she could be somebody's old auntie or somebody's Mima. And so for a woman of this juncture in life, to be at this juncture in life and to behave this way, not just because she's a state senator, but just because when you reach a certain age, you should just know how to act. The police should not have to deal with this kind of aggression and combativeness. And it was just embarrassing. So let me just show y'all this and then I'll stop and pause and we're going to get into it. Okay, there's no sound for like the first 10 minutes. 10 seconds. So let me forward it. Here we go.
Complete stop.
Hold on. All right. He's not saying anything. It's quiet right now.
Because you ran 2 stop signs and you're going to get a citation today. I was behind you, ma'am. You didn't even come to a complete stop. This stop sign right here,
I did not.
I need your driver's license.
I did not do this.
I need your driver's
license. Away somewhere, and you talking about you gonna give me a ticket and all that?
I need your driver's license.
I come down this place. I did not run
Ma'am,
two stop
I need your
signs.
driver's license. Yes, you did.
And why are you doing all this? Like you got
I need your driver's license.
Mr. Alon.
I'm fixing my vest. I need your driver's license, ma'am.
What's your name?
Alan.
Okay, before I finish, y'all, let me just give y'all some context. There was no audio from the police's body cam, but once he gets out of his car, when you have a traffic stop, when you're at a traffic stop, the last thing you should do is get out of your vehicle. I mean, unless you're instructed to get out of your vehicle, you probably should not do that. So the first issue here is she gets out of the vehicle, without a directive to get out of the vehicle. And he gets out of his vehicle because he's trying to figure out why the heck is this lady out of the vehicle? What has happened is she has run 2 stop signs. And customarily, if you run a stop sign and the police catch you, they do have a right to pull you over and issue a citation. So that's essentially what has happened. Let's go ahead and watch this.
Niece.
And who do you work with?
Tulsa County Sheriff's Office.
Tulsa County Sheriff's
Yep,
Office.
ma'am, and I'm stopping you because you ran 2 stop signs.
Why are you even? I did not run 2
This
stop signs.
is the Tulsa County.
I know, but I didn't run 2 stop signs.
Okay, I need your driver's license.
But how do we solve this if I know I didn't run 2 stop signs?
Well, we can solve it in court. I need your driver's license.
No, but you're not telling the truth. I did not run 2 stop signs.
I am telling the truth. Yes, you did run 2 stop signs.
How did I run 2 stop signs?
You didn't come to a complete stop at this stop sign here, and you didn't come to a complete stop on the other stop sign. No, you did not come to a stop.
You said not a complete stop.
You slowed down. You slowed down. You did not come to a stop.
Huh?
You slowed down. You did not even come to a stop.
I slowed down at the stop sign.
You slowed down.
Uh-huh.
State statute is you must come to a complete, full stop.
Okay. Okay, and I did stop at the stop
No, you
sign.
didn't, ma'am. I need your driver's license.
I did.
Ma'am,
So tell me this.
Ma'am, I'm not going to ask you again. Can I get your driver's license?
I ask you
or
this.
can I take you to jail on running a stop sign? I'm not going to ask you again. It's not for debate.
Are you saying you're going to take me to jail for running a stop sign that I did not run? Are you serious?
I need your driver's license.
Now, Mr. Allen,
I need your driver's license.
Okay, y'all, this is real simple. I need your driver's license. This woman, she's not 30. She's not 40. She's not 50. She's probably well over 60 years old. So I'm pretty sure this is not her first traffic stop. It is customary at a traffic stop when the officer asks for your driver's license, you just furnish the license. Like, this is not an argument. This is not, something that needs to be litigated and all this going back and forth. This is ridiculous. Now, I understand if you're like, I don't believe that I ran 2 stop signs. That's fine. All you have to do is hand over your license. And then when you go to court, you will have plenty of opportunity to explain why you believe you didn't run 2 stop signs. You might say, hey, I have dash cam footage that can demonstrate to you, judge, that I did not run these 2 stop signs. Or is there any sort of footage from other neighborhood cameras that demonstrate I didn't run these 2 stop signs? Like, you can pull all kinds of evidence that you want to prove your innocence. But right now, going back and forth with a police officer is so fruitless and silly. But yet this woman, like, if you listen to her, she's attempting to argue that she didn't even run the stop signs. So let me give y'all some insight. She's an Oklahoma state senator. And I am not the first content creator to react to this. The lead attorney, I actually saw him react to this first, and he had me cracking up because he was like, this Democrat lawmaker, he made it his business to point out that she was a Democrat. So I know y'all think I'm already biased against liberals, and I am, because typically, not all, but typically this type of behavior is rendered by leftist, progressive women. I'm also noticing, y'all can get mad at this fact, but it doesn't make it any less true. She's not wearing a wedding ring on her left hand. So I'm like, oh, okay, so we have older Black woman, single Black woman. There is no husband, right? Because most married women are not about to get out of their car at a traffic stop unprovoked to argue with a cop. I'm sorry. You can make your anecdotal claim and say that's not true. I'm telling you what I know. Most married women are not going to do that. They're not about to engage in have a back and forth confrontation with a police officer like this if they're married. The first thing they're going to do, especially if they're afraid, they're going to call their husband. Babe, I just got pulled over. Oh my God, I'm so nervous. And he's going to calm you down. Okay, just follow the instructions. If you didn't do nothing wrong, don't worry about it. I'll be there. Or how far away are you? This doesn't happen. I get it. And I understand the vast majority of my audience is female, but we're about to have an honest discussion about this cultural phenomenon of these unhinged, unsettled Oratchetang females. And I'm not calling her an orangutan, it's an Oratchetang. It is a term that I use to describe the female imbecile who cannot manage her misery. And it is a behavioral descriptor. It's not dermal or external. It is speaking to the behavior that's exhibited by these women, because one of the main things they do, because they can't manage their misery, is they show out. They show out. They exhibit very combative, aggressive, argumentative behavior. And what they do is they create the chaos where none exists. I mean, I'm talking about it's just peace in the middle of the storm, and then here they come. Here they come with their chaos. Oh, they're going to bring the chaos because there's chaos in their life. Their spirits are unsettled. They're unable, a lot of them are bemoaning their bad choices in life, and so they're miserable. And so the goal is, I'm going to exert this misery on everybody I come in contact with, because I've yet to learn how to manage said misery. I haven't given this misery and laid it down at the foot of the cross. I don't have people in my life who love me and hold me accountable to say, your attitude is trash. You are acting less than a lady in this moment. What the heck is wrong with you? Do you need a Snicker bar? Do you need some milk? What is wrong with you? They don't have that. They have other women in their life that affirm this behavior. They have other women in their ear telling them, yeah, girl, you don't let nobody talk to you like that. I know that's right. You told him, It's all of that. It's all of that. So the first thing I am observing here is, lady, why are you out of your vehicle? This isn't even a safe place for you to be out of your car. They are on a busy street. Pulled over. Door is wide open. She is out arguing with the cop, trying to assert that she didn't run 2 stop signs, as if he ain't got it on camera. First of all, the assumption is that he cannot prove that she ran. And then she tries to gaslight him and then try to move the goalpost. Oh, you say I didn't come to a complete stop. Ma'am, a rolling stop in the world of traffic violations does not count as stopping as a stop sign. You weren't born last night, okay? I told you, you look old enough to be somebody, Mima. You know darn well that a rolling stop is not stopping at a stop sign. One of the main signs of Oratchetang behavior is failure to accept responsibility for your actions, owning it, and being held accountable, because they're not used to being held accountable. They done burned up everything in their life, their marriages, the happy home. They cause havoc in ministries and in churches. When you see them coming, you like, oh, gee, there goes sister so-and-so. Ooh, do we have to deal with her today? Typically, she's put in position of power. She probably head of the deaconess board or head of the usher board, or she's head of the women's ministry. Like, I can go on and on about these types. This one just happens to be a state senator. So she's an elected official, which means she got a little power. And a lot of times with the Oratchetang, that power goes to their head. And since they can't manage their misery, they use the position and the power and authority that they have. They exert it and they try to like, okay, well, this is one thing I can manage. I can't manage my misery, but I can manage this. But what happens is, in real life, when they have to go out and engage with the world, they think the world bows down and submits to them in all things and in all circumstances. And she about to mess around and find out that that's not how this works. You might be a state senator, but you didn't stop at these stop signs. And something as simple as the police officer is like, Can I just have your driver's license? He can't even get the license. Y'all, we gonna keep watching. Let's see how long it's gonna take him to get this license.
I'm not going to ask again. Then I need to get your driver's license.
You're not going to arrest me when I did not. I stopped the stop sign, and you have the audacity. You're going to arrest me.
If you don't give me your driver's license, if you don't give me your driver's license,
do what you got to do.
I need your driver's license.
Do what you got to do.
Okay, turn around.
Just say if you're going to arrest me.
Yep, turn around.
Okay. Okay, you're going to arrest me, and I did not run a stop sign. Okay.
Relax for me.
Okay.
Relax.
Right.
Relax.
Okay.
Relax your hands.
I am relaxed.
Yeah, relax them.
See how unnecessary this is? Because she's so prideful and arrogant, she knows she ran that stop sign. She figured if I just bring this Oratchetang energy and wear, her goal and women like this is to wear you down. They are going to, these are the types that will argue you into the wee hours of the morning. It be 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and you be like, Father God, in the name of Jesus, I just want to go to sleep. I just want some peace. She ain't gonna let it go. Because she's still stuck on, but I didn't do X, Y, Z. You gonna arrest me? The goal is to wear him down to where he forgets that he asked about the driver's license. He forgets about the threat of arrest. And I applaud this gentleman. He got way more patience than me because I would have thrown her little raggedy tail down on the ground like, you going to jail. We're not doing this. This the problem. These types of women, we forbear with them for so long. The world has been civilized for them to live in it and behave this way, and we allow them to show out, and they're so used to it that they do it because they're like, well, what you gonna do? They want to provoke. All of this behavior is provocative. It is designed to provoke this officer to wrath. They do it in their homes. They provoke their husband to wrath. Oh, so what you not gonna talk to me? You not gonna answer me when I'm talking to you? You see me talking to you, don't you? And he's sitting there like, 1, 2. Like he's just trying to count down. Why? Because he knows in his heart of heart what he really want to do. I'm gonna tell you. Fellas, if you are on here, tell me if I'm right. What you really want to do, like you've already seen and surmised in your mind, you want to haul off and just, right? But you can't do that because that's wrong. No shame. I'm not advocating for violence, but I'm saying a man in his flesh, when a woman is acting like this and she's trying to provoke him to wrath, a man who is in his flesh, he really want to haul off and bust her in the mouth, but he knows he can't do that. He knows he'll go to jail, and he also knows one hit with one arm without a real reach back will knock her lights out. He knows it. She knows it. But because she knows he's got to exercise restraint, she gonna keep nipping. I told you, that's that Oratchetang. That's that rooftop wife, that 2, 3 o'clock in the morning when it's like, okay, we haven't really resolved whatever it is that we were going through, and we shouldn't let the sun go down on our wrath, but you're not conceding and I'm not conceding. Let's just go to bed. She is not the let's just go to bed kind. She ain't nobody getting no rest in that house. Them kids gonna have to deal with her wrath. The dog gotta deal with her wrath. Everybody, the post lady, just be like, the post lady just throwing the mail like this. She don't even want to get near. She don't want to get nowhere near you because you're crazy. That's this type. That's this type. So now we are at the point of the arrest. A simple, ma'am, you ran through two stop signs. May I have your driver's license, please? Turns into do what you got to do. See, do what you got to do was the threat, but that threat in her mind, didn't come with the expectation that she was going to end up in handcuffs like this. Her old behind standing there like this in the dead of winter in Oklahoma. She never thought that. She ain't think it through. Because remember, when you can't manage your misery and you showing out like this, the opportunity to step back and be like, you know what, this is a little excessive, right? Like, he only asked for my license. I could have just went into my purse, showed him my license. He would have written his citation, and then I could have went ham and a biscuit in the courtroom. Like, I could have did that later. She's not thinking this through. It's because I can't manage my misery, my imbecilic behavior comes out in this manifestation of unhinged argumentation that is baseless. Y'all, it ain't built on nothing. Am I wrong here? Is my assessment accurate? Or you like, oh my God, Amber, you're just being too hard on women. We don't know what she was going through that day. And, maybe she didn't run the stop sign. Okay, let's go with that narrative. Let's say not only did she not run the first one, but she really didn't run the second one. Does it warrant her getting out the car? Why are you out the car? Sit your happy tail down. You're supposed to be in the car. You're under the authority of the police officer right now. He pulled you over. Sit down somewhere and follow the instructions. But she can't do that because Oratchetangs can't manage their misery. So something as simple as a direct command, that's a violation of who they are. You gonna tell me what to do? I don't have to listen to you. They have the entitlement mentality where they don't have to listen. They ain't never submitted to nobody. You think she gonna submit to the police? And this is a state lawmaker, not a congresswoman, not a state rep, a state senator. She's a state senator. And she can't do something as submit to the authority of the local jurisdiction in a district where she serves by saying, you know what? I may not have stopped, or I may have stopped at this stop sign. But right now, he's just asking for my license. So let me be a classy lady and go into my Gucci purse or my Tory Burch bag and just give him what he wants. Why? Because I'm tired. I'm old and tired, and I got to get to the Capitol. I got things to do. She ain't had that conversation in the head. Let's go.
Relax.
I am relaxed, sir.
No, you're not relaxed.
I am relaxed. I'm doing nothing here. I am relaxed.
Okay. You ran 2 stop
I
signs.
did not run, and you're bending my thumb a little
Stop
hard.
moving. Stop moving.
You're bending my thumb
Don't turn
a little
towards me,
hard.
ma'am.
I'm just saying.
Don't turn towards me.
Okay, first of all, I didn't run the 2 stop signs.
Ma'am, stop
You're gonna arrest
moving
me.
towards
Okay.
me.
Okay. But you know what? You really are putting too much pressure on my thumb. You know that. And I'm asking your name. I'm asking you.
Yeah, Freddie Alaniz with the Tulsa County Sheriff's Office.
I know, and I asked
Reason why I pulled you over is because you ran 2 stop signs.
And why would you say that you're going to arrest me?
Because you're refusing to give me your driver's license.
No, sir. I'm just telling you. I'm asking you the process.
Yeah, I asked you about, I don't know, maybe over 8 times to give me your driver's
and
license.
I said to you I didn't run the stop sign. If I'm refusing it, if I'm saying to you that.
Do you see the lack of self-awareness and how the facts of this just changed? She's like, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And he's like, ma'am, I asked for your driver's license and you refused to give it to me. That's not true. Did y'all hear it? Y'all need me to rewind it again? This Heather actually said, that's not true. I'm like, ma'am, you do know, like, we can hear you. They never think that this is going to be replayed back in the pages of life, right? Like, you're going to sit back one day and you're going to analyze this and you're going to watch yourself be like, I showed my whole tail. Why did I do this? This man asked for my license and she's still stuck on, but I didn't even run the stop sign. Man, we're past that. You're past the stop sign and so are we. You did not stop. And even if you did, does it matter at this point? Lady, you're in handcuffs. You're in handcuffs as a geriatric state senator. And I know y'all like, why y'all ragging on her age? You know why? Because this is shameful. When you are this age and you are acting and behaving this way, what are younger girls supposed to think? They're going to look at this and say, that's right, my auntie don't take no mess. When she feels that she's been wronged and disrespected, she going to let you know. And I'm like, all right, you see that empty ring finger, right? That's going to be you. Go ahead and keep listening to your old auntie and see what happens. See, they don't have no one in their life to tell them, baby girl, listen, I've been around the block long enough to know this doesn't end well for you. If you act like this because you think this is boss babe stuff, this is boss chick moves, this is lonely I'm in the bed biting my pillow, wishing I had behaved differently when I was younger. That's what this is. So when these older women act this way, and then younger girls see this, they learn from this behavior and they pass it down, right? So you got, let's just stick with the political realm, for example. You had Maxine Waters was an Oratchetang before the term was even invented, right? Just showing out, just acting, just ignorant. And now you got the new school version of Mad Maxine. You got Jasmine Crockett. Where do you think she learned that behavior from? Her and Sheila Jackson Lee and all the other old school Oratchetangs, they indoctrinate and they train up the next generation of Oratchetangs. And so now, like, for someone to actually come and tell Jasmine, listen, your political life is going to be short-lived. Like, this might work on CNN. They may let you show out from time to time, on News Nation. You can go on The View and show out there. But by and large, you're not earning the respect of Americans. They actually are laughing at you. You're actually presenting a caricature of this is how they want Black women to be perceived, and it is devaluing our ethnic image. Don't do this. But this is the type of behavior that's allowed. It goes unchecked. There's no accountability. This woman doesn't have people in her life. I told you. Like, there's going to be the introduction of another party at this traffic stop. And what I want you to notice when I play it and this other party gets introduced, the change in demeanor and how this man has to deal with this woman like she's a 5-year-old. Because her mental maturity and intellectual capacity somewhere along the way was stunted. And so he's got to talk to her at that point in her life where her maturity just stopped. Y'all take a look.
I didn't run the 2 stop signs. That's what I said to you.
I know.
Okay.
And I asked for your driver's license several times.
I need to turn my car off.
No, ma'am, we're going to go right this way.
Can you turn my car off?
Yeah, I can turn it off in a second. We're going to go right this way. We're going to go right this way, ma'am.
Can you turn my car off,
I will
please?
turn it off. Yep, we're going to go right this way. Nope, I'll take care of it. If you'll step right back to the sidewalk for me, please, I'd appreciate it.
I'm Attorney Mike Manning.
That's fine, sir. Can you stand over there for me?
I will stand over here. I'm not going to obstruct anything.
Notice this guy's behavior. He's an attorney. He knows Senator Goodwin. Notice every command that the officer is giving this gentleman, he's complying. First of all, mental logical. He's like, listen, it's too early for all this. I don't want no smoke. I'm recording this because I may or may not know what has happened, but there's a way to do this, right? Now, to be fair, the police officer is asking him to step aside, one, because he doesn't really know who he is. He doesn't know if he has a weapon on him. Police officers have to make a lot of split-second decisions. It's a whole lot going on, particularly with this Oratchetang behavior in his possession. He got to deal with her, who now she done moved the goalpost from I didn't run the stop sign to can I at least turn my car off? Like, she's making all these demands. And the officer is like, I am directing this traffic stop. What we're going to do is we're going to go over here. We're going to tell your friend to stay over there. He is free. He is free to record this, but I need him out the way because I don't know him. My life could be in danger. Like, it's so much going on in law enforcement right now. These police officers are under a lot of stress and pressure. And the last thing they need to be dealing with is a state legislator who is wasting taxpayer resources all because she don't want to open up her wallet and show her darn driver's license. Like, this is so unnecessary. She could have been gone on and about her merry way, 3 minutes ago? Well, in real time, it's 3 minutes ago, but I'm saying 10 minutes ago. They just going back and forth because she ain't going to concede the argument. I ain't run that stop sign. I'm trying to say, but this is unnecessary. Is it though? Is it really, lady? Is it really?
All right, thank you. We're going to go right this way.
You don't think this is really going too far?
Ma'am, we're gonna go right this way.
Okay.
Could you not give me your driver's license?
No, I was asking you the process. I was asking you, how is this going to work out? And you said, if you don't stop, I'm going to arrest you. I said, why would you? Yes, you did. Yes, that's why I asked, why would you arrest me?
I said, if you don't give me your driver's license,
that was not it. It was not. It was no. I said, why would you arrest me? Is what I said.
Because you're refusing to give me your driver's license.
No.
Have a seat.
That is not what happened.
That's exactly what happened. Have a seat.
That is not. Because let me.
Is that what happened? Y'all tell me, is that what happened? Has he not been asking for her driver's license? And is the result of her behavior is I'm not giving it? She's trying to change the facts of the story. She's like, well, I was asking the process. Half the process is give me your license, failure to do so, I'm going to arrest you. And then you going to jail. It's real binary and real simple, but she don't want that. She don't want that. She want to fight. She want to argue. She ain't had a good knockdown, drag out fight with the opposite sex in a long time because she ruined that. He probably been long and gone. Can't nobody deal with her. So what she wants now is to satisfy and to soothe the misery on the inside. I'm gonna pick a fight. I'm gonna assert myself and my need to be right. And I'm wrong as two left shoes, but I want to feel like I'm right. So I'm not going to concede the argument. I'm going to present an alternate set of facts, the way this actually happened. I'm not going to give my driver's license. I'm gonna gaslight and project as if you don't think this is going a little bit too far. Mind you, the common denominator here is her and her behavior. This is shameful. She should be censured or something. We cannot have lawmakers, duly elected officials who behave this way. You couldn't just give your driver's license, lady. It's a driver's license. Now, I could see if she's in her mind, because I thought about this. When I was watching this, I was like, you know what? She may have forgot her wallet that day because she's in a rush. She probably don't have a license on her. And in her mind, she thought, because I don't have my license on me, I'm a wear him down and get on his nerves so bad to where he gonna let me go. As opposed to her saying, you know what, officer? Oh, you're pulling me over. I ran 2 stop signs. It has been a hell of a morning. I don't want to make an excuse, but let me tell you what happened. I may have run those stop signs, and now that I've realized that because I'm in such a rush, I don't even have my license on me. I don't even know where my wallet is. I got menopausal brain. I'm forgetting stuff. What can I do? I know it is your job. You know, if I'm driving without a license and I've run a stop sign, I'm in bad shape. I'm a state senator. I work in the legislative office right there. Whatever the punishment is, I will take that. But that's what's going on with me. And then you know what? I'm not even advocating this, but it would have went a long way. If she would have just relaxed and then just shed a little tear. Just shed a tear to say, I'm incredibly burdened and overwhelmed with the morning I've been having. And now it's put me in a position where I've broken the law. Sir, whatever you need to do. I am going to tell you. Police officers, believe it or not, I've seen them do this. They have compassion. They will make exceptions, especially if you can kind of explain. Now, they don't have to do this. When I was in Memphis last year, I was traveling with Vince Everett Ellison and Henry Hollywood Morris. Henry, he probably in the chat. We got pulled over not once, but twice. We got pulled over twice. And when I tell you, we were flying like a bat out of hell on a residential street. I think we may have been going 70 miles per hour because we were in a rush trying to get to an event. Vince had to speak. I was fearing for my life because we were going so fast and I'm in the back seat like, Jesus, if you just get us there, I promise you, I will worship you on my knees. As soon as we get there, just get me there in one piece. Whoop, whoop, here come the lights. I was like, oh, we going to jail. I was like, we going to jail. He was like, April, calm down. Just relax. I'm freaking out because I'm like, I know how fast we were driving. I was like, Robert entrusted me with y'all and we're going to jail today. They're like, just calm down. Okay, calm down. So I'm sitting in the back and I'm relaxed. Vince rolls down the window. Hey, officer, how are you today? Articulate, well-spoken. Vince just came out and told the truth. He said, officer, because the officer was like, do you know what I just clocked you at? He said, where in the heck are you going? He said, officer, I have a speech to give down at College Hill, and it's been so long since I've been. This is my hometown. I'm originally from here. Mrs. What was her name? Oh, I can't remember her name, but everybody in the town know. He's like, Mrs. So-and-so, they were waiting for me up at College Hill. And we're all dressed up. We got camera equipment in the car. It's obvious we are going somewhere. And he was like, I'm trying to get there on time. I know. I was going fast, wasn't I? And the officer was like, you sure was. He was like, listen, just slow down and get everybody there in one piece. And he let us go. No argument, nobody in handcuffs. No, I wasn't going that fast. Whoop-de-woo. Just two men having a civilized discussion. And he was like, have a good day. I was like, wow. Then later that day, we got pulled over again. Because the whole day was just late. Just late. We got pulled over again. So the first cop was black. Second cop was white. Where are you going, sir? Driving this fast. We have I have a speaking engagement over at Poplar Heights? Poplar Heights Baptist. We are so late. They are waiting on me. Church full of people. We got to go. Officer, I am so sorry. How fast was I going? Officer tell him how fast he was going. And then next thing you know, they having a whole conversation. I don't even remember what they're having a conversation about because I'm just in shock. And he was like, all right, well, good luck on your speech. And let him go. I said, we done had 2 brushes with the law today. Didn't nobody fight, wasn't nobody arguing, didn't nobody get arrested. He was calm, he was respectful. But this state legislature, she don't know how to act. It's gonna get worse. Let me just let y'all play. I'm over here telling stories.
Say this. When I said to you,
Ma'am,
I said,
that's exactly what happened. No.
Okay.
That is exactly what happened. That's what you asked me. And I said,
no,
I will
what I
arrest you
asked
for driving
you
the
is
stop sign
why.
if you don't give me your driver's
I said,
license.
why would you arrest me for this, is what I said. And then I'm disputing that I didn't stop at the stop sign, but I said, why would you arrest me for that, is what I said.
Because you're refusing to give me your driver's license.
No, that is not true.
Okay, have a seat
That
for
is
me.
not true at all. I was having a conversation and
Have
you
a seat
just
for me.
all of a sudden said, I'll arrest you. And I said, and I thought
No,
you really,
I said, or I can arrest you if that's what you want.
escalated something. No, sir, that is not.
Okay, have
why
a
would
seat.
that would even be an option for you?
Have a seat.
Why would that even be?
Because you're refusing to give me
there
your
was
driver's
there was
license.
no refusal of me to give you my driver's license.
I asked you over 5 times to give me your driver's license.
But I was saying to
and
you,
you kept debating your driver's license. I'm not
I was
debating
not
here
at
anymore.
all debating my driver's license,
why would
sir.
you not
That
give
is
me your
not correct.
Then why would you not give me
Because
your
I was saying to you that you're telling me that I'm not stopping at the stop signs, and I'm not doing this.
That's
And
not
then
my
when you
question.
said,
Why would you
I'll
not give me
arrest
your
you, then
driver's
you
license?
escalated to I'll arrest you.
Why would you not give me your driver's license?
I was having a conversation with you. I was
Have a
asking
seat.
your name. I asked you, how do you pronounce your name?
Ma'am,
I asked
have a
you,
seat.
who are you
I'm not
working
going to ask
with?
you again. Have a seat.
Okay, tell me, would you tell me this? What happens after you put me in
Have
this
a
car?
seat.
I'm asking you, what happens after you put me in the car?
I'm going to drive you over to the jail right over there. I'm going to book you in for failing to stop at a stop sign times 2. Have a seat for me right here.
That really makes sense to you.
Have a seat right here.
The arrogance. Did you hear her chuckle and laugh? Because she's like, so what happens after this? He's like, I'm going to take you to jail. And she laughed. That laugh signifies the entitlement. She still can't even believe, one, that she was pulled over and that she's not complying. The fact that he won't bow and acquiesce to her demands, which is go back and forth with me, concede the argument, you're not going to win, I didn't run that stop sign, and you going to let me go. He didn't do any of that. And she's standing here like, he's asking her to, she just won't get in the car. Why do I have to get in the car? And do you see the illogical disconnect between every command that he gives? Her response, it just doesn't land. It's like it went in and came out was show out, rebel. Do the opposite of what he's saying because that's going to get you the results. She can't manage her misery. I think the term Oratchetang is befitting here. And I got so much flack when I first introduced that term. I lost subscribers. I was like, they're going to be all right because I'm going to prove it. I am going to prove that it is an external behavioral characteristic. It's a descriptor. They don't know how to manage their misery. So they're showing out, like creating chaos where none existed. How you have chaos at a traffic stop where you're in the wrong, unless you are the instigator and the originator of the chaos, like you brought the chaos into the situation. So watch what happens now.
You wouldn't write a ticket if you
Ma'am,
thought
why
you
are
were
you
right.
not listening to my instruction and my commands that I'm
you
trying
are
to
going
do?
way overboard talking about taking me down, booking me.
Have a seat right here.
Because you're saying that I slowed down at the stop sign. I didn't come to.
I'm saying that
That
you
is
failed.
what you said.
You
No,
failed.
you said.
See,
said,
you just keep making things up. Nope, have a seat. Have a seat. Come on. Ma'am, have a seat. You just keep saying these different things and different words.
Let me get my leg up.
Okay. Yep. You keep.
I'm not saying different words.
Yes, you are. You keep
No,
saying
I'm not.
that I'm saying things that I did not say.
Well, that's
okay. Is she here to pick you up?
We were getting ready to meet. Can
Okay.
I just have a word with you?
Yeah. Yes. Yes, you sure can. I'm gonna shut her door so another car doesn't hit it.
All right.
Baker 4, Baker 11.
I realize you have a job to do, officer, but I just wanted to. I'm attorney Mike.
Yeah, you might want to start to.
That's my. Let me show you my bar license. I realize Senator Goodman can be a little bit strong-headed at times, but don't you think that we can?
Let's stand off the road right here. I don't want.
So he's trying to calmly negotiate and de-escalate this situation. He shows his bar card. He offers his driver's license. He ain't done nothing wrong. He's just an attorney he's probably dating her, and he's probably like, you know what? I'm about to drop this heifer like a bad habit after this, but she needs help. Somebody got to save her from herself. And I don't know, I'm making that assertion that there's something romantic going on because he did indicate that he was going to meet her. She's an attorney. I mean, he's an attorney. She's a state senator. For all we know, it could just be a business meeting. If it's something romantic, I could tell you it don't exist no more. He like, no, this is it. I'm going to help her out of this because it is obvious she can't help herself. But this relationship goes no further because he's still trying to figure out. And he even admitted, did he use the B word? I could have swore that's what I heard. Let me try to rewind this. I got to hear this. He said, come on now, respond. Here we go.
Yeah, you might want to start to.
That's my. Let me show you my bar license. I realize Senator Goodman can be a little bit strong-headed at times, but don't you think?
It sounds like he said she can be a little bi. I don't know. That's what it sounds like. If I'm wrong, huh? Oh, strong-headed. See, that's in my mind. I'm impressed. Okay, I'm impressed. I'm bringing that to the discussion. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. This worked my nerves. I was like, she just acting like a little, lady, come on now. This ain't called for all this. He said she can be a little strong-headed. That's what he said. I don't know where I heard other words. I did.
Let's stand off the road right here. I don't want us to get
a citation.
Yeah. I can absolutely do that, but
she'll give you her driver's license.
Okay, I don't need to ask her 10 times for her driver's license. You know what I mean?
I realize.
And I don't have an issue issuing her a citation or let her go, but I'm the one that's in command of the traffic stop, not her.
Right.
She blatantly ran 2 stop signs, and I was just going to give her a verbal warning and tell her not to do that. But her demeanor, the way that she was, I can't have that. Okay, I'm the one in control of the traffic stop, not her.
I understand.
If
I
don't allow other people to do that when I do a traffic stop, I'm not going to allow her either. Does that make sense?
I understand.
I know that people get a little wound up when they get pulled over by the police. They don't like it, and I try not to escalate the things that way they don't need to know. Okay. So yeah, let me get it figured out with her. Okay. Michael Manning. Yeah. I'm gonna let her cool down just a little bit. See if she can relax
Take
a little
deep
bit.
breath.
Okay. Who is she?
Regina Goodwin, Senator Goodwin.
Senator Goodwin.
Yeah, she represents this district.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So isn't it amazing? The officer doesn't even know who she is yet because 10 minutes into this darn traffic stop, she won't furnish a driver's license to identify herself. This man walks up who happens to know her, who is an attorney, has furnished 2 pieces of identification. He is calmly engaged and had a discussion and even admits, she acting a fool right now. But do you think there's any way that we could just issue a citation and move on? The issue is we can't get to the citation because the broad won't give up her driver's license. Like the cop is reasonable. Her attorney friend here is reasonable. Who is the only unreasonable, unhinged person in this whole scenario? It is her. So the cop is like, who is she again? He's like, Senator Goodwin. She works right here. And them two have talked man to man. Nobody's yelling. The cop is able to explain to him, listen, she is not in control of this traffic stop. I am. And that cop understands the low-level threat of violence. He is recognizing the authority that's in his presence. So he's like, I'm not about to usurp this authority. I ain't trying to go to jail. I didn't do nothing. But there's a way that we can engage in a meaningful way and de-escalate. Even the cop is like, listen, I get it. He was speaking code. He said, I realize people don't like being stopped. It makes them uncomfortable and they don't like it. And then he said something key. He said, I always try to de-escalate the situation. The way I interpret that was, listen, dealing with some of these black women, I don't want to get into no argument with them. I'm always going to do my best to de-escalate it. But it went left and it didn't need to, all because she couldn't comply with a simple command. Ma'am, can I have a driver's license, please? Which is one, identify yourself. She could have dry snitched in the most classy way. Absolutely, officer, here's my driver's license and here's my business card. To identify who she is. I can guarantee he'd be like, oh, she a state senator. She probably Russian. Don't worry about it. He said he was going to give her a verbal warning. But now she in the back of the paddy wagon in handcuffs. And I can guarantee you, it's chicks like this to be crime victim. I'm surprised she didn't hold a press conference to be like, I was wrongly detained by the police because of my race. And an injustice has happened here today. And notice how she was like, what's your name? Demanding his name. I want your name and your badge number. I was like, my name is your mama. Now give me your driver's license. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is why I can't be a cop. Because I would be like, we're the Billy Club. You know how when Jesus was dealing with them demons, he like, this one right here, this one only come out with prayer and fasting. Dealing with her, I'd be like, this kind, these the kind you got to bust in the mouth. You gotta bust them in the mouth. Because these types don't learn until they feel it. And they got to feel it in a way that they be like, I ain't doing that again. Last time I did that, 2 chipped teeth and a black eye later. It didn't go well for me. I ain't doing that no more. They haven't learned. And here's what I'm not saying. I know it's, okay, it do sound like that I'm advocating for these kind of women to get busted in the mouth. I mean, interpret that however you will, okay? Right? Whatever. But I'm just saying, for the peace of the rest of America, those of us who just want to live in peace and we don't want to be associated and lumped in with these types, it might be a public service for somebody. Anybody to take one for the home team and be like, I will do it. I will bust these ones in the mouth. I said these ones. I sure did. Somebody do it. Let's finish this and then we're going to wrap it up and move on to the next segment.
I'll pull her out.
I didn't know if she's there in session or anything like that. I don't know. I don't keep up with that.
Okay.
And if oftentimes she gets called to some things. I don't know. I'm sure you observed what you observed. But if I could just have a quick word with
Yeah, absolutely. Come on.
Senator Goodwin, you got is your ID or your driver's license in the purse?
Yeah.
Yeah, can we just give the ID, give the driver's license, take a deep breath and everything, and then let's go from there, okay?
I was asking him the process.
I understand.
Right?
I understand.
So why can't he explain it to me?
Well,
He's not explaining you the process. He's just asking for your driver's license.
Your driver's license.
And I will be more than happy to explain that stuff to you.
Yeah.
So what am I doing?
Your driver's license.
I need your driver's license, ma'am. I need your driver's license. Can I get your driver's license? Actually, you know what?
Hold up.
Because I got a feeling you won't let me in your car to get your driver's license. I will just ask you your.
Tell you
I will
where
just.
my license
That's
is.
okay. What's your last name,
why
ma'am?
would you have a feeling that I'm not going to tell you where my license is? Clearly, my license is in the car.
It's been very difficult up to this moment.
Well, I wouldn't expect to be in handcuffs.
What is your last name?
Off of something as simple as what we're discussing. So, clearly, my license is in my purse.
What is your last name, ma'am?
But when I asked you, could I even turn my car off, you were like, no. So.
Y'all, I'm about to lose it. She need to be put to sleep. Like a rabid dog, just put him down. She need to be put down. Her friend is like, take a deep breath. Talking to her like she too. Breathe, Regina. Take a deep breath. Can we just get your license? Well, what makes you think that I wasn't gonna show the license, man? Because are we at the same traffic stop? I've been trying to get your license for the past 10 minutes, and you have refused to give it to me because you want to argue what happened 2 stop signs ago. And she's just like, I was just asking about the process. So what am I doing again? Oh, well, this is unreal. This is why I said either the fluoride in the water, that neurotoxicity is so strong that it affects women differently than it affects men, or depending on how old she is, I can't prove this, but I've been taking in a lot of anecdotal evidence to suggest that peri and menopausal women, something is wrong. Something's wrong. And I'm about to say something wrong with us. I'm going to say us. I'm going to throw myself in that category because this is a level of irrationality that cannot be explained by the human mind. It's incomprehensible. Incomprehensible. You guys, we have watched this in real time and we have seen her lie and deny what actually happened and posit a separate set of facts that did not happen that way. And now she's calm, looking crazy and deranged like, what am I supposed to do? What happened? Well, why can't you tell me? I don't even know what's going on. I'm like, this is insane. How you coexist with a being like this? Like, if you're a man, how do you coexist and try to live peaceably amongst this species when this is the behavior? Like, this is just an everyday Tuesday for her. Do you just go within yourself and go away and resolve to like just go into a special place and check out? Do you, like, what do you do? I am legitimately asking, like, if you are a man, and I know I am not alone in this. There are ladies on this live stream that be like, that lady plumb crazy. This is crazy. But we also know, we like, listen, these hormones, when they not regulated right, any of us are prone to do some crazy and irrational things. Here's the biblical perspective in light of this, because we could talk about all of this. We can, and I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed I am exploiting this bad behavior because it needs to be highlighted because we don't talk about this enough. We can show the little young girls fighting on the Spirit Airlines or in the grocery store with the bonnets on, showing out. This woman is dressed professionally. Her hair is done. She's got on makeup. She's articulate, and she's even acting, showing out, because she can't manage her misery. So we're going to discuss it to demonstrate it's not just the Shaniquas and Taekwon-Shans of the world that are acting this way. These are people that are walking the hallowed halls of our state legislator who cannot obey simple commands, cannot engage with other humans in any sort of rational way, but they are representing us, writing pieces of legislation on our behalf. I don't know. I don't live in Oklahoma. I have one little, my beautiful, mentee, Tamira, lives in Oklahoma. I meant to text her today about, have you heard about this? This lady crazy. She should not be allowed to hold public office acting this way. And it would be different if she was like trying to get out of the traffic stop and was trying to finesse the officer. I could get that. That's not what happened. She really was trying to argue the indefensible, making herself look unhinged and crazy. And now a state senator is in handcuffs unnecessarily, all because she didn't want to cooperate. That's embarrassing. So what's the biblical directive here? I have seen probably from ages 45 to, let's say, 55, where there's this season in life where there is a significant hormonal imbalance. There are things going on with us that we're just like, this is new, and it's causing erratic behavior, indecisive. We're making decisions that we would not normally make. We're lashing out on the people who love us. This is where I am not absolving us of the fact that these hormonal things are going on in our bodies. That's not what I'm saying, because they are real. Y'all see me week in and week out spontaneously combust as if I'm about to explode. There is absolutely something hormonal going on here. But my argument is, if you are in Christ, if you are a believer, even in the midst of those hormonal fluctuations and challenges, one, you need some accountability, and you are still required to put those emotions and those feelings under the subjection of Christ. You yield your will to the will of the Holy Spirit and to the will of the Father, and you're going to have to pray your way through that season. You're going to have to say, I'm being sinful right now. I'm not speaking to my children in a way that pleases God right now. My husband is more than less than pleased with me right now. And I don't know, Lord, what's going on with my body, but I need you to get this flesh under subjection. Help me to die to myself so that I am not an injury to myself or harmful and hurting other people. Because what's going to happen is this season is not going to last always. It's going to end eventually. And then at the end of the day, you're going to look around and everybody's left you. Everybody's deserted you because you were hell to live with. You were contentious. Didn't nobody want to deal with you. And then when it's all over, you're going to be like, now I ain't got nobody. Now I really can't manage my misery because there's nobody there. Nobody there. What I'm saying is find some people to walk alongside you during this season, whether they got to pray with you, you got to go through a book study that I got to help you get these emotions and these feelings under control. I'm not absolving the fact that there's something going on with us hormonally that are leading us to do things that we would not normally do. What I am saying is don't let the devil make a fool out of you and allow him to exploit what is physically happening to you and allow you to lean into that behavior and give into it. We submit to God, we resist the devil, and he will flee from us. Here's what I am saying. Yes, those hormones probably are wilding out, trying to regulate themselves. Your eggs is dying off. You don't know what's happening with you. It does not give you an excuse to make life miserable for the people who have to experience you. Because at the end of the day, you will burn it all down, lose your family, and then what do you have? You will have nothing. Because you ruined every relationship that the Lord sent to be a blessing to you. Submit yourself to some other women, some ones who've already gone through it, and they on the other side of through. They might be 65. They like, listen, let me tell you something. I thought I was going to lose it, but he ain't let go of me. He ain't going to let go of you either. What do we got to do? Let's talk 2 times a week, once a week. Set it on the calendar. Call me. Get it out. Go scream. Listen, this week, I had a little cry fest in the shower crying. Why was I crying? I don't know. But I could not subject the rest of the world to that behavior because they didn't do nothing to me. I can't be at the Kroger showing out at the lady at the checkout counter because I done spent $297 in groceries. And I walked in there and said, I'm only going to spend $125. So now it's the checkout lady's fault that I done spent $297. She's just like, ma'am, I scan. That's all I do. I scan groceries. It ain't my fault. But I need you to manage your misery because you making life miserable for everybody around you. I'm not saying that I know that that's what's going on with this senator here, but it makes sense. I'm looking at her age. I'm looking at the irrational way that she's arguing. Her argumentation makes no sense. Her responses in a situation that did not call for this kind of behavior, it's in alignment with a hormonal imbalance that because she probably does not know the Lord, she is not submitted to the lordship of Jesus, it done got the best of her. She's been leaning into this for the past couple of years, and this is just how she is. Because even the attorney was like, I know she can, she probably a piece of work. But can we settle this amicably? So basically, what's going to happen now, I could let it play, but we have other content to get to. It's about 9 o'clock. I would have had talking about Regina. I don't even know her like that. I'm just concerned. I want to leave the ladies who are listening to this live stream with some hope and some accountability. I understand we are going through something. It's legit. You ain't going crazy. Don't let somebody just be like, oh, you just being a witch today. No, something's happening because I didn't wake up this way. I woke up fine and now I'm not, and I can't explain why. Some of us are responding because we're like, I can smell food and now I'm gaining weight. I don't understand it. And that can make you miserable, right? These skin changes. It's a lot going on with us. But if you are a woman on this live stream today, my goal is to encourage you in the Lord to say, listen, I get it, but don't let the devil make a fool out of you. Submit what's going on with you to the lordship of Jesus and take one day at a time. If you got to walk through every 10 minutes, help me, Holy Ghost. Whatever you have to say, whatever scriptures you need to read. I'm so thankful for faithful and loving subscribers, such as Sister Angela, who has sent me several CDs of music to encourage me and to edify me. She didn't know how much of a blessing that music was going to be, but it's been such a blessing for me. And so you have people that walk alongside you through these seasons, and then take your behind to the doctor. Because I know I am. I talked to my hairstylist today, and she was like, listen, they've got these hormonal little pellet things, and you should consider that. I was like, girl, listen, I'll try anything short of crack cocaine right now to get some relief. Because think about it. Older women like this, insomnia is real. You're not getting any sleep. So you're cranky because you're tired. But in the moment when something triggers you and sets you off like this, you're not thinking, you know what? I had 2 hours of sleep. I might need some milk. Like literally, you might just need your glass of milk. I don't know if you drink cow's milk. If not, get you a cup of almond milk. You might need some nettle tea, some peppermint, some green tea. You need something. But this kind of behavior is inexcusable. And the reason why I'm calling it Oratchetang behavior, because it is reflective of the female imbecile who cannot manage her misery. And I'm not giving this hormonal explanation. This is not an excuse, and it's not a justification. It is one of many explanations. She very well just might be a witch on wheels. I don't know. She could be. She could just be just sinful and jacked up. She very well could be. But as a Christian content creator, I want to leave room for the possibility that what she's going through could be hormonal, and that this police officer just so happened to, he's the recipient of her wrath. But I am calling it out and I'm labeling it. This is a Oratchetang behavior. And I am tired in general of seeing women of all stripes, but in this context, it happens to be one who shares my ethnic reflection. I'm tired of seeing us act like this in public. Because what happens is it puts everybody's on pins and needles when they have to deal with us, whether they have to engage with us in commerce, they don't know what's going to set us off. You know what I mean? And it puts this unwarranted distrust in the minds of others to where they don't know what they're going to be dealing with when they have to experience you. And so that might mean, like for me, because I know that this is the prevailing narrative, when I go out of my way to be pleasing and cordial to everyone I see, whether I know them or not. Even if I'm not in the best of moods. Hey, how are you? Oh, thank you. You're so kind. I appreciate it. Like when I'm on the phone in the grocery store with my husband, he'd be like, who are all these people you talking to? I'm just telling everybody to have a nice day. He's like, because you're always apologizing. Because you know when you're in the grocery store and you get like in a little traffic jam and you don't know if you're going to go this way or the other person's going this way, I'm always showing deference. Oh, my apologies. Pardon me. I'm so sorry. He was like, why are you bumping at all these people? I say, I haven't bumped into them. I'm trying to avoid and de-escalate the possibility that I might, because I don't want them to interpret my behavior as being aggressive. I may not have seen you, or I was distracted and I wasn't paying attention. But I'm going out of my way. I want to make everybody smile, because I already know our ethnic reflection and image out here in these streets is not good. And they know 9 times out of 10, when they have to engage with one of us, it's going to be a problem. She going to have a bad attitude, and I don't want that. So if I'm at a restaurant and they've messed up my order, oh, I'm putting it on Therapy Suite. Hey, oh, you guys work so hard presenting this meal, and it looks fabulous. It really does. But my steak is a little bit too rare, and I asked for it medium. Is there any way possible, if it's not too much trouble, can we send this back? Oh, absolutely. Oh, thank you. You rock. Niceness goes a long way. I don't want these people spending my food, so I ain't about to show out like I ain't ordered it like this. You send that back. I ain't paying for it. No. We're not doing that. Not with my food. Especially now I know steakhouse where the steak costs $200. I'm like, wow. I'm thinking twice before I'm going to send it back. You be nice. Go out of your way to be nice. Practice it. Be pleasing to be around. So everybody, when they see you coming, they're like, oh, Lord, here she come. Hey! You don't want that. You don't want that. Be nice. Be pleasant to be around. Be a joy. You may not feel joyful in that moment. You may not. But joy is one of those spiritual disciplines. It's one of those spiritual disciplines that we all can practice. And when it's one of them days when you are not good, let the people who know I'm not having a good day today. And I don't want to make excuses, but this is not a good day for me. This was a struggle. I just need a little support today. Can you get one of the twins to get the dishes? I can't. I don't have the bandwidth today. I can't. I tried to can, but I can't. Right? People will understand, but you got to let them know. They can't read your mind. They don't know why you stomping through the house like somebody stole your bike. You just need to tell them, I feel like somebody stole my bike today. And I don't own a bike, but I feel like they stole it and I want it back. And you might be speaking real cryptic, and the people who love you be like, okay, how can we serve you today? Can we order your favorite food? You want some sushi? That normally makes me happy. Give me some sushi or some Crown. I'm just saying. I'm just playing. Anyway, Y'all thought I was joking, didn't y'all? Oh, praise God. Life is good. The devil stay busy. But blessed be the name of the Lord. I hope y'all enjoyed that segment. I can't bear watching the rest of it. I can't. Do y'all really want to know how it ends? Do y'all want to know how it ends? Should I show them the rest? All right, fine. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, it's almost over. I was trying to move on. I really was.
Okay.
All right.
So
Your last name. Good one.
yeah.
Goodwin.
My license is in my purse.
Okay, what's your first name?
You can go get my license out of my purse.
I'm asking you the name. What's your first name?
Regina.
Can you spell that for me?
REGINA.
And what is your date of birth? Okay. All right, if you'll just hang tight for me, okay? All right, if you'll just give me 1 second, I'm going to run her information, and then I'll do what I need to do with this traffic stop, okay?
All right, bro.
All right, thank you, sir. I appreciate you. You want me to turn it off?
My car is still running. And also, can I get my purse and my ID out of the car?
Yes, we can get all. We're going to get all that stuff.
Okay.
Yes. You want your car turned off right now?
Well, I was asking you to turn it off. I mean,
Well, yeah, I can go turn it off right now if you want. You want your car turned off?
that would be good.
Yes, ma'am.
She still ain't learned nothing. She still has not learned anything. She still thinks that she's running this traffic stop. She's like, can you turn my car off? And he's like, okay. I mean, he's like really obliging to every one of her requests. I can go and turn it off right now. That would be good. Like, she can't just let it ride and be like, can you turn my car off, please? Thank you. Every interaction has to be a back and forth combat. It's gotta be a fight. It's the language, it's the love language of these types. This is how they are. And I know you guys may not like me highlighting this because you're just like, you just hate Black women. No, I want Black women to be better because I know we have the capacity to. Yes, you got your Karens. That's fine. That's fine. There are people who deal with them. I'm dealing with us. You know why? Because there's no one out here who truly loves us enough to tell us the truth, to tell us you messing up, sis. You are messing up. This is not a good look. Why are you behaving this way? Like, see, the thing is, I'm not scared of y'all. I'm not afraid of you, right? I've grown up around Black women my whole life. Our problem is we don't have enough people holding us accountable, and we never really, really, truly have to deal with the consequences of our bad choices because there's always somebody there to bail us out and to fix it. Whether it's the government and when we're older, it's our children. They're the ones that got to clean up our mess from our bad choices. Or the grandchildren. There's always someone there to scoop in and save the day for us. Men don't get that luxury. When men screw up, they feel the repercussions of their bad choices in real time, and they got to eat it. They got to own it and sit in it, and there's no one coming to save them. But when we do, we get people who will make excuses for us. They will explain this behavior away. Doors get opened up for us despite this. Like, I wonder what other consequences has this woman experienced as a result of this poor, unbecoming behavior? Probably none, outside of showing up to court and getting a slap on the wrist. But at some point, accountability needs to happen. And if that means One aspect of that accountability is on this platform where we're doing a video. Oh, she famous today. She famous. We're doing that because we need to use these as learning tools and teaching examples on, what not to do, how not to behave. This is not okay. It's just not. And we see it more often than not. You know, we have family members who do stuff like this. And so many of us, you know what we'll do for our family members who do this? We be like, well, you know how she is. You know that's how Tina just, that's how Tina is. You be like, no, Tina needs to start experiencing the consequences of this bad behavior. We're not going to make excuses for it no more. Enough is enough. We need to start holding one another accountable. If you have girlfriends like this, you don't just be like, we know what you was going through. That no, you be like, sis, I love you, but that was some really poor behavior that we witnessed. Like, we all had to experience you, and you embarrassed us. Like, when we were out at that restaurant, when you like showed your whole tail, like, that wasn't cool. Why'd you do that? What were you going through that day? We love you. We'll walk through and alongside you, but was that necessary? Did you have to treat the waitress that way? She made a mistake. She made a mistake. Did it really require that kind of response from you? Like, when we gonna start holding each other accountable? Or you know one of your girlfriends, she done just cussed her husband out. Like, you heard it. You heard her calling him everything but a child of God. Why you didn't check your girlfriend? Why you didn't be like, until you can learn to respect your husband more, we can't be friends. That was foul. He didn't deserve that. Okay, he may have did something that pissed you off, but why are you talking to him like that? In front of me? No, we not. I don't play that. And my girlfriends, if Shanice heard me talking crazy, she'd be like, I don't know what you heard, but no. And I wouldn't let her talk to Earl like that. I'd be like, yeah, you done lost your whole mind. I think you need to go get it. That man works too hard providing for you and all your 1,511 kids. Why you talking to him like that? Like, what was that about? What was that? That's not you. Keisha, let Keisha find out. She gonna be like, listen, I'm about to snatch you when I see you in church on Sunday. Won't she snatch me? Keisha will snatch me. No. Those are the women in my life that love me enough to be like, that's not cool. And I love them enough to be like, that's not cool. Those are the little things that I'm talking about. This is how we improve the culture. And then what happens? Our children who are watching this end up learning like, oh, their friends, their peers hold them accountable. And then they learn that that's not how we act. That's not how we act. I don't let my girls show out and act the fool to their brothers. Absolutely not. I'm always telling them, if something happens to me or your father, who you think gonna take care of you? Your brothers will be responsible for you. So if your brother asks you to do something and it was a reasonable request, you need to comply. Why? Because that's your older brother. That is your older brother. If something were to happen to you, they would be all up in arms, upset, opining over you. That's how much they love you. So if they ask you to do something, you do it. Running and flapping your mouth like you, I'll snatch them up in a minute, and we don't play that. We don't play that. Anyway, this is too long. This is like, I didn't realize this was 28 minutes long. That's enough. That's enough. All right. Let me see what this next video is that I want to show. Let me get to some super chats. Y'all go ahead. If you're just now joining us, I'm about to get to some super chats to thank the people who make this show possible week in and week out, who love on me and support the work that I'm doing here. And I need to turn down this sound effect because last week or the other day when I went live. I think y'all darn near went deaf. I am so sorry. It was loud. Here we go. Is that still loud? That still might be a little loud. Hey, sister, how are you? First of all, I can't see this. So let's we're gonna change this to, there we go. Okay, that's not better. Hold on. This is getting on my nerves. Sorry, y'all. I can change this in real time. I think it's the shadow effect that's causing the problem. Or should I put this in white? Let's try white. Well, take a vote. Y'all want this text in white so y'all can read it? Let's do white. Okay, that's better. Thank you, sister. Beholding Christ. Amen. Thank you so much for that super chat. I'm so grateful for your support. You showing up for me week in and week out. You have done an incredible service for me today by blessing me with that $19.99 super chat. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Sister Amethyst, she says, so much for being a good example to our girls. Child, listen. I told y'all, these are the old aunties. Don't be like them. Don't be like them. Amethyst says, behavior that drives a man to the corner of the roof or the barren desert. Listen, I know men will walk on glass before they will reside in the house with a woman like that. They're like, I ain't gonna be able to do it. Like, they're like, I will be alone and by myself before they have a man, before he has to deal with an insufferable woman. He'd be like, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. I'm feeling you, sis. Hey, Karen Eaton, how are you? She said, you were great on Newsmax. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Sister Karen. Thank you so much. You know, sometimes they give you the topics in advance, and then sometimes they get on there and they be like, nah, psych, we was just playing. We're not going to talk about nothing that we told you we were going to talk about. That's what happened the other day. I said, this is not what they said we were going to talk about. So you do have to be quick on your feet, and you have to be able to provide a relevant response in reaction to the question that they ask. So I do thank the Lord above for allowing me to be able to think quick on my feet. Because especially the week before that, they asked me about hockey. I said, I ain't never even watched a hockey game. I said, we got a hockey team? We won? Well, we lost? Oh, okay. I was today years old. I didn't even know. Thank you, Sister Karen. I appreciate it. Sister Amethyst said, if this was a different neighborhood and a different cop, she would have gotten herself shot jumping out a car like that. Listen, because the police officer doesn't know if you have a weapon on you. Why are you charging? Why are you out of your vehicle? It just wasn't safe. And I'm not going to take back what I said. I am 99% certain a married woman would not have done that. She wouldn't have done that because she'd be like, that's just stupid. I'm staying my behind right in this car because I don't feel safe. It's irrelevant. I'm just saying. Let's see. Yo boy Lim. Oh, your boy Lim. I like that. That's kind of cool. Your name, sir. How are you? Thank you so much for the super chat. He said, watch out, my logical black sister. These woke ghetto sisters might come after you for breaking the sister code. Truth is no longer praised, unfortunately. Listen, your boy Lim, I ain't scared of these. Listen. Do I look like I'm a back down from a verbal debate with some chick who can't defend her position of why she acting a fool in the street? Well, one, you don't really want to argue with a fool. I will engage in a meaningful discussion about these things, but I ain't about to argue. I ain't about to argue with Bum Quisha. That's not going to happen. I'm going to tell Bum Quisha, go on, sit down somewhere before she get punched in the mouth. Because I am from the Bronx, okay? I keep Jesus in my heart and my nine on my hip. And I don't like to fight. I don't want to fight. But I ain't no punk. Okay, so Bonquisha roll up on me, then you know, my lady. But you know, sometimes the old man just want to creep up, and you be like, I forgot who I was. Like she was in my personal space, and next thing I know, I blacked out. You know, so I want to exhibit self-control. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. But no, I'm not. It's okay. Accountability is like kryptonite. I get that. And I understand for many individuals, they don't like to be told when they are wrong. No one enjoys that. But I think it is useful and profitable at times when you need to be told about yourself. Sometimes you just got to be told. And you be like, you know what? I didn't like it when you had said that, but I'm better for it. Thank you. Thank you for loving me enough to tell me the truth. It was a hard word for me to receive, but I'm glad you said it nonetheless. So thank you, your boy Lim. I appreciate that. Amethyst said, these Oratchetangs need to be construction workers. Don't take their shovels. Just let them keep digging. They'll be in China before the end of the shift. And he's still engaged with his toddler behavior. Listen, I ain't never seen nothing like that. No, I have. You know what it was? It was the fact that she was a lawmaker and she wasn't your typical, she wasn't a Bonquisha, right? I mean, this is a state senator. The fact that she just would not let go and concede the argument and hand over her license. She just wanted to be right, and she was as wrong as two left shoes, is lost on me. And I wonder if she has watched this and said, why was I acting that way? Or if she's doubling down with the lack of self-awareness and saying, that cop was in the wrong. He was wrong because I didn't run through them stop signs. I slowed down, never came to a complete stop and kept going. But I didn't do what he said I did. Just crazy. Illogical. Hey, Charlie D. He said, praise the Lord, April. Oklahoma has a community victimization card. Word is she needs 2 more stamps and she'll be qualified for a riot and or a statue. Her choice. She'd pick a riot. She's gonna sing in jail. Nobody knows, you know. Listen, Charlie D, thank you so much for that super chat. She is a Democrat lawmaker, which means victimization is definitely in the cards for her. They don't take accountability by and large. And yes, I'm making broad sweeping statements. Yes, this is a generalization. I feel confident in that. Just look at the results. They are not accepting accountability right now for this open border, this failing economy that we're trying to get back on track by stimulating it, bringing in some revenue, cutting expenses and spending. We're uncovering all kinds of things. Doge is, that is, and the Democrats are fighting hard against it, right? They're shooting down every logical, sensible piece of legislation, not because it's good for America, but just to be adversarial. Just to be adversarial for adversarial's sake. Like trying to get men, biological men, out of women's sports. Every Democrat voted against that. That is telling. Why would they do that? Unless they hate women. And I can tell you why they're doing it. It's because all of their money, all of their campaign financing, it is coming from the Diddycrats, them sexually perverse rainbow cultists. That's who has the money. People that just got more money than they know what to do with. And they want to push as much sexual perversion as possible, as much debauchery as possible. Like George Soros, I said this on Newsmax. I was like, the reason why Jasmine Crockett has to stay on code and advocate for the things that she's advocating for is because of the money from George Soros and the Pritzkers and the Disneys, all of those nasty Diddycrat perverted people. That's who funds her. So she is never going to go and talk in a positive way about why we need to close this border. What she'll do is just obfuscate the conversation and cry, woe is me, and advocate for the immigrants and not for a secure border, right? She's going to vote in favor of the sexual perversion of our children and having biological men and women's sports, and she'll advocate for it aggressively because she can't. She may have a inner conviction, which she probably doesn't, that says this is wrong, but she can't. They have no conscience. They want power, and they want it absolutely. And if it's the rainbow cultists that are holding the purse strings, they're going to go with whatever the rainbow cultists want. So that's why the Democrats are advocating for every anti-American agenda that is up for discussion or up on the ballot to be legislated on. That's why they're doing it. So, your boy Lim is back. Proverbs 2:19, better to live on the corner of the roof than share a house with a quarrelsome wife. Listen, I'm not even a man, and I'm raising two teenage girls that are twins. I don't want to live in a house with quarrelsome women. Like my husband threatened to put them out and make them sleep outside. He was like, keep on fighting, getting on everybody's nerves. I'm gonna put both of y'all, I'll make y'all sleep out in the tent. Shut them up real quick, because he was serious. Like, he will put them out and make them sleep outside. Now, they might like that, but not by themselves, because it's armadillo back there and raccoons and stuff. But it is horrible. I mean, it's like an all-day bickering about nothing. It could be something simple as whose turn is it to make the dog's meal? And they'll fight over it. Well, I took out the egg. Well, you took out the rice, but I took out the ground beef. Well, I put half of it in the bowl, but I didn't want it in the bowl. And you sitting there watching this like, this is not real. They really fighting over this. And I'm like, is it the fluoride in the water? Do we need a better water filter? I don't know. But prepubescent girls and perimenopausal, menopausal women, don't stay away from all of us. Those two demographics, just come back when it's over. That's all I can tell you. Just come back when it's over. Build your inheritance. Proverbs, y'all are full of the word of God tonight. Amen. Proverbs 27:15. A nagging spouse is like the drip, drip, drip of a leaky faucet. You can't turn it off, and you can't get away from it. Amen. It is. I mean, that's like torture. It is like torture to just that dripping, and you be like, somebody turn it off, please. They just be wanting to turn us off. I'm trying to save a marriage here. It's some lady listening. You know you've been showing out. I'm trying to help you, sis. I'm trying to keep you in business and out of divorce court. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm just saying. Corey said they've been acting rebellious and committing witchcraft against God since the Great Society, also known as the Great Marxism Experiment. Corey always drops so many gems. Corey, if there was a way, I want to put together a research team to help me with so many different projects and documentaries. Like, whenever I think about those projects, I always think about you, because you always leave a comment that leads me to believe. I'm like, Corey smart. Corey knows a whole lot more than he lets on to in these live chats. So if you are so inclined, Brother Corey, if you ever want to, participate and join the dream team in any way, send me an email at info@thestandardoftruthpodcast.com. We'd love to pick your brain and just swap resources with you, because y'all know this is the last day of Black History Month. And y'all thought I was done. Y'all thought I was done with MLK and the Civil Rights Movement, and I'm just not. Sorry, I'm not. I've been privy to more information. I've done some more digging, and I've pulled some original source files that were chock full of so much information regarding Dr. King's time at the Highlander Folk School and where his funding sources, where they were coming from, and who the key players are. Oh, it's just a wonderful web of historical goodness. And the reason why I am still on this, because I believe truth is important. And I understand that there is a particular narrative that is pushed that they want us to believe and to idolize and to say, well, just let those sleeping dogs lie. Let's just celebrate, in the 1964 Civil Rights Act. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't celebrate it. There's just too much wrong with it. And the results today, it's just not looking good. And so in order for you to get back on track, sometimes you got to go back to be like, where did we go wrong? Where did we get off track? And what Brother Corey is saying here when he is talking about the rebellion that we are seeing from today's modern women, I think it has a lot to do with that witchcraft that the Great Society or he's calling it the Great Marxism experiment. These things didn't happen in a vacuum. The feminism and the disavowing of the strong family unit with the man at the helm, these ideas did not just come and go away arbitrarily. It was orchestrated, and these worldviews and ideologies were impressed upon us through a variety of different sources of programming. I really do believe that. And then it just so happens that so many of our women bought into that lie. They bought into the lie and they were deceived. Like the serpent deceived Eve, many of us were deceived. We were, and we bought into it, and our lives suffered much harm as a result. Some of us, the Lord has been gracious and allowed us a second chance to kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel and to get our whole self together. And then there are others of us who learned the lesson maybe a little bit too late. And so they've been empowered and equipped to teach the younger women, listen, don't do this. This is what I did, and I screwed up royalty. Don't do that, right? So yeah. Miss Lady, she said, glad to catch a live. Looking incredible on prime time. May the Lord continue to bless you. Great to see you with AD. Talking about Anton Daniels. Hey, Miss Lady. Hey, beautiful. Thank you so much. I know y'all like, when we gonna see this darn interview? Let me tell you something. It is over 60 gigabytes. And I've been fighting with this file. The interview is an hour long. And that's not long, but in terms of content, it kind of is. And we didn't just record one camera angle. We had 3 camera angles. And I have a significant amount of data already on my system that I need to offload, because when I finally got it all downloaded and I tried to work with it, first it took forever to download. And then once we got it, I need help. I ain't gonna lie, I do. My son was supposed to help me edit, and it just hasn't happened yet because we've been in passing. I'm gonna try to get it for y'all. What's today? Friday. I'd love to premiere it tomorrow. If I don't premiere it tomorrow, it's gonna have to wait till Monday. But it's not one of those interviews that are gonna be dated or aged. It's just classic. It is classic Anton and classic April. Actually, when you're in the room with somebody like Anton Daniels, if you have a strong personality and he has a strong personality, someone has to give deference to the other. And so I was real muted because I was very intrigued with learning his thought process and his worldview. And it was just so interesting that I was like, I'm going to sit and listen. So I was chill that day, and I let him, he unleashed the whole clip. He unleashed the clip and he left the ball on the field, especially at the end. So it's good. I was like, go off, Anton, go off. He went off. And so it's good. So I can't wait for you to see it, Miss Lady. I really can't. Your boy Lim, he said that's one big reason why I voted for Trump, to protect kids from these weirdo rainbow Diddy cults. Leave our children alone. See, this is the purposeful patriarchy that I talk about. The purposeful patriarch realizes that he does not have to like Trump, and Trump don't have to be his BFF. He can logically step back and say, oh, this is what Trump is offering. I have children, grandchildren, nieces, and nephews, and I don't want these people nowhere near my kids. And I don't want them near your kids either. So I love you enough to go against the grain and vote for what is in our best interest, because you're too emotional to do it yourself right now. So I'm going to be that purposeful patriarch, and I'm going to stand in the gap and cast my vote like this. And I'm thankful for people like your boy Lim. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know what state you're in, but if you are in Georgia, I know for a fact you saved us from Stacey. Thank you for saving us from Stacey. Thank you. Hello, Emma. She says, hello, Mrs. April Chapman. Just wanted to be a blessing, ma'am. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. So grateful for your super chat this evening. You look very beautiful in your profile picture, and I appreciate your support tonight. Thank you very much. All right, so I think I got everybody. All right, let's get on to our next topic, which I don't even know what it is yet. Oh, whoo, Father. This is going to be our next one. This one was special. This one was special. I can't remember how I looked up on this video, who sent it to me. I don't know. I've zoomed it in too much. So let's zoom out. All right, this is how we're going to look at it, you guys. I'm not even going to introduce this one because this one was so darn weird and crazy. It speaks for itself. It just speaks for itself.
Without the doors on there, it still won't fit. Your refrigerator measure at about 20.
Measure this refrigerator, please, while you, Mr. Handy Dandy tape measure man. Larry, will you bring me the tape measure from the other room?
So
no, I'm not.
No.
You can get your dispatch. Dispatch.
Okay. Listen.
Dispatch.
Okay. Wait a minute.
Larry, bring me my phone because I need Lowe's on the phone right now.
All right. Okay. All right. Look, I'm just trying to give you an understanding.
No, you don't. Sweetie, I have a doctorate degree. There's nothing for you to understand. Yes, I do.
Okay.
Phone.
Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and
get the fuck away from my door. Sit down.
Sit down.
Yeah.
No. Can you get your wife, sir?
That's not my husband.
Can you?
No. No.
We go to another door, bro. She is crazy.
If you touch one goddamn thing and
Hey, that's what I be talking about, man. Hey, go ahead and load this thing back up, bro. We gone. We gone. It's over, bro. Back it up.
Okay, let me give y'all some context. This is a Lowe's delivery. They are delivering a refrigerator, an appliance, to this woman's home. This is funny to me because this would happen in furniture when I had my furniture store, and I've had to talk to pretty crazy, deranged people like this all the time. They show up, the refrigerator does not fit. And so the delivery team is trying to explain this to her, and she wants to hear none of it. She's like, call dispatch. So now he's like, you know what? We're out. I'm not dealing with this. They don't pay me enough for this. And he goes back to his truck, and y'all, she is sitting. She is sitting on the footrest of his truck, so he can't get in his truck. Just wanted to let y'all know that. Mm-hmm.
Ma'am, can you please get out of our truck? Please get out of our truck. You see what I'm talking about, JJ? Oh, they don't pay enough for this, dog.
She attacking him.
She got his backpack on. She tripping, man. It's the black woman. She said she got a doctorate degree. He's just trying to grab his bag. That's it. This shit is crazy. Now she's screaming for help. She on some weird shit. Listen, man. Bro. We gotta go, man.
I can't get up. She got me.
Everybody just get up. Why you bleeding out the mouth?
Because he hit me in my face, and I'm pressing charges against you.
Ash.
Bro.
Help me!
Ash, let go of the bag.
Shut up, Larry.
Stop.
Oh, whoa.
Ashley. I don't know. This man was.
We was trying to deliver her refrigerator. Take my phone, bro.
Help me! Let me go.
I don't have to. He's only holding his backpack. Let his backpack go.
Why is she bleeding?
Because he hit me in my face.
Whoa. You've been here, Larry.
Yes.
What's happening?
Tell her, Larry.
What's up?
If you don't smack that dude in his face.
Man, so
let go.
I'm
Let
right
go. I'm about to get it for
Ali
you.
went to measure the refrigerator. She got a 29-inch refrigerator.
We're not going to let him
And she got 29 inches in each doorway. Ali got all the measurements. She put it in the app or
We're
whatever.
not going to let him have
So,
that, okay? We're not
we
gonna
was
let him
trying to
have that.
leave.
Let me go.
Ali was trying to tell me to help him measure it and hold the tape measure for him. She told me no, stand there. So I walked around her, you know what I'm saying, and I helped. Make a long story short, she walking us in the house. She walked to the front door. She walked us in. We ran to the back, and then she ran to the truck. Hopped in our truck. Was blocking us from getting inside the truck. She grabbed Ali's bag, and she got Ali's bag on. Now Ali's trying to get his bag back. Her teeth, like she's like trying to hold the bag. She biting the bag. And Ali kept trying to take his bag. Now her mouth is bleeding. It's crazy. It's crazy. Now she's crying, acting like she's a victim. She got the neighbors pulling up, acting like we in the wrong. Ali was just trying to get his stuff back. I was telling her, bro, don't even face it, bro. Like, wait till the police get. He trying to get his bag because it's his belongings.
He won't let me go.
Just let the bag go. Just let go of the bag.
Around my head. It's on my arm.
All right, take this arm out. Okay, no.
She's
That's
attacking him.
Let me go.
It's the customer. And it's this other guy that was with her who she said wasn't her husband. But he advocated for everything.
Ain't nobody getting punched.
Nah, it ain't her husband.
What's in his bag, Ashley?
It's somebody else.
Ashley, what's in the bag? What's in the bag, baby? No. What?
Yeah, we gotta go. This your phone. We gotta go. I'm good. She crazy as hell.
Yo. Let me tell you something. Listen. I wish my delivery team would have called me and I would have heard this in the background. I wish they would have. Listen, we've had situations. So when I had my furniture store, this situation is so common that we had to put a disclaimer, not only on our website, but on the proof of delivery paperwork and on the sales receipt and on the invoice. And it was very specific that, listen, ladies, we don't live with you. We don't know the configuration of your house. I don't know if your house was built in 1972 or 1932. So I don't know the width of your doorway. And you come in my store and you see that sectional and it looks pretty. Here's the deal. I know y'all think I'm ragging on, this is Rag on Women Day. It might be, but this is my experience, so I'm going to share it. We would have women come in. They have no sense of scale, right? They see what they want, and in the store or the showroom, it looks amazing because that's our job. We beautify spaces. So the goal is to get you to buy it. But during that consultative phase, when we say, okay, this is the sectional that you want, have you measured your space? Because we tell them, we are not responsible if this product gets to your house and it don't fit. It looks like you got a sofa that you own that don't fit. Or we'll gladly take it back, but you still have to pay a redelivery fee and a restocking charge. There are consequences to fail to do your due diligence. We always say, measure your space, provide adequate clearance, prepare your space beforehand. My delivery team is not in the business of rearranging your cluttered, hoarder type house. The pathway to where this furniture is going to go must be clear. No, we're not touching your grandma's chiffaro, because if grandma's chiffaro get broke, we got to pay for it. We don't touch product that we did not deliver. If it ain't ours, we ain't touching it, okay? Prepare your space. Make sure it's clear. No, we're not hoisting your sofa up through a window because we can't get it through the door. The safety of my team is important because you didn't do your due diligence. We're not going in harm's way. Now, we will make certain exceptions, and at times, we will take a door off the hinge, but I would only do that in limited circumstances, and that's if Robert was on the team, because Robert knows how to properly ring hang a door. But a lot of these young delivery dudes, they can take that door off the hinges, and then they don't hang the door right, and then you'll have crazy women like this calling back, telling me they rehung my door, and they put it up wrong, and they did this, and not going through all that. Okay, I'm not going through all that. So in this situation, the question of the day is, did it require all of this? No. Lowe's is very much like furniture. When you are having an appliance delivered, it is your job and your responsibility to measure your space. If it cannot fit, that is not Lowe's fault. You can whine, you can cry, because you can't manage your misery in the fact that you've been waiting for this refrigerator and you've cleaned out your other refrigerator and you want it to work. They can't grow the space, shrink the space, make the refrigerator fit. They can't do that. That is beyond their scope of authority. Their job is to deliver the product and install it and then get the heck out. This lady, like a lot of women, in that moment, she just wanted what she wanted. And she was unwilling to accept responsibility for the fact that I picked this out. I saw it on the showroom floor. I thought it was going to look good and it was going to be the product for me, but I didn't measure my space. So now what does she want to do? She got to project, and now she got to show out because she can't manage her misery. And I want to go back and I want to re-engage with a few of the statements that she made that I thought was so funny. She came out the rip just wrong. I want to go back and see if you can ascertain the first mistake that she made. Let's go back.
Please, why you Mr. Handy Dandy Tape Measure Man?
See how real she is? Why he got to be Mr. Handy Dandy Tape Measure Man? I'm going to tell you where this comes from. The reason why this guy is Mr. Handy Dandy Tape Measure Man is because she does not respect men. She hates men. She thinks this particular man, who she don't know, he's beneath her. Why? Because he's Handy Dandy Mr. Tape Measure Man, right? And I'm going to explain why she thinks that. But notice the condescending nature and tone in her voice. This young man has been nothing but respectful to her and accommodating, like, you know, if we can remeasure it again. Because see, their job is, they're like, we know we ain't crazy. They done this job a million times. They like, this refrigerator don't fit. It doesn't fit. But just to prove, isn't it right, Robert? They have to prove to her it don't fit, because women like this, she not gonna take his word for it. She got to see the number. She got to see the little tick on the tape measure and verify, because she don't trust. She's so used to doing everything by herself. She didn't have a man go with her to pick out this appliance. She did all of this by herself. And Larry here, the beta boy soy blocked dude that's with her, we already know Larry not her husband, because she was like, that is not my husband. She had to make that very clear. That is not my husband. So the reason why he is handy dandy tape measure man is because that is her way of letting him know, I don't respect you, and all you were here to do is to serve me. I know more than you. You're beneath me. I know these types, and I'm explaining to you why. Let's hear it. Let's hear her continue.
Larry, will you bring me the tape measure from the other room?
So
no, I'm not.
I'm
No. You can get your dispatch.
You see the finger? Now, if this was one of those days that he like, I got money in the bank and Home Depot is ready to hire me on the spot, he should have slapped that finger out his hand. I ain't got nothing to lose. Don't put your finger in my face. Girl, what's wrong with you? That's a low-level threat of violence. You're going to put your finger in a man's face like that? Are you crazy? No. Every time he tries to speak, she's cutting him off, telling him, you don't speak when you're in my presence. You're the handy-dandy tape measure man. You don't talk to me. Call your dispatch. I don't want to talk to you, because he's beneath her. Listen, get your dispatch, okay? You don't say nothing to me. You get your dispatch.
Dispatch.
Okay. Listen.
Dispatch.
Okay, wait a minute.
Larry, bring me my phone, because I need Lowe's on the phone right now.
All right. Okay. All right.
Now she's telling Larry what to do. Now, Larry, you gonna bring me my phone, because I need Lowe's. I need Larry to handle this, because I'm disappointed. I've been waiting for this refrigerator for months. I saved up the money, I paid for it, or I financed it for the next 10 years. I don't know her situation, but I'm telling you what's going through her mind. This was going through her mind. So instead of her leaning into the fact that Larry's here, Larry is going to make it right. Let Larry handle this. Nope, because she don't respect Larry. Because she telling Larry what to do. Larry, get me my phone. Get Lowe's on the phone. Larry, give me the tape measure. And Larry, he just, yes, the boss. Eyes weak, and I'm scared of you. So I'm just going to oblige to whatever you say. These kinds of women, they like the beta men like this. What Larry was supposed to do was be like, go on, sit down somewhere, Yvonne. Let me take care of this. It don't fit. I'm sorry. You sad and disappointed. We're going to go pick out another refrigerator, but right now you're going to calm down. Calm down. Go sit down. Go in the other room. Let me handle this. Larry got to step in and tell handy dandy tape measure man, listen, she wildin'. I know it don't fit. I knew it wasn't going to fit, right? But she needed to see it don't fit. Here's $50 for your time. Take the refrigerator back. We're going to pay the restocking fee. And I bring her down there and make sure you ain't in the showroom when she there, because if she see you, she gonna go crazy. We gonna go pick out another refrigerator. Like this is how Larry is supposed to be the voice of reason in this, but Larry weak. So Larry is of no help, as y'all saw in the video. Listen to this.
I'm just trying to give you an understanding.
No, you don't. Sweetie, I have a doctorate degree.
Y'all heard it? He's like, ma'am, I'm just trying to explain. I have a doctorate degree. I don't need you explaining nothing to me. So I'm like, okay, Miss Doctorate Lady, Miss PhD, you got a doctorate degree, and yet in about 2.0 seconds, we about to see you sprawled out on the grass with blood filling up in your mouth with probably some loose teeth, because you don't want to let that man's bag go, and you're the PhD. Is this how the PhDs act? Because I don't want a PhD. So that tell right there was her way of asserting authority over him. You're nothing to me. I'm better than you. I'm smarter than you. You're the handy dandy tape measure, man. And I make more money than you. All I need you to do right now is shut your mouth. Go get your little dispatch people on the phone. Larry is about to fetch me this tape measure, and now I'm about to go off. Why? Because I'm single. I'm miserable. I ain't got no joy. Larry, he claimed he's kind of like my man, but he can't control me. So I'm miserable about that. The PhD finds herself rolling around in the grass, screaming and crying. And y'all mad at me because I call this Oratchetang behavior? Y'all mad at me? What do you want me to call this? How do you explain a professionally degreed woman like this? Clearly she's articulate. Calling handy dandy, tape measure man. Get your dispatch on the floor. Get him on the phone. Rolling around in the grass like a hood rat. But she got PhD. It's because she's a misandrist. She hates men. She has never subjected herself to the authority of anyone. She does what she wants, going through life, making dumb decisions, unable to manage the basics of her life, such as I gotta get a refrigerator, and I didn't really measure this. I didn't measure this well. It doesn't fit. All the food is in the refrigerator in the garage, and now I have to deal with. She probably ordered this and waited for weeks. Like, she's bemoaning her choices. All of these things that are happening and swirling in her mind, she's mad at herself. But she doesn't know how to accept accountability and responsibility for the fact that she screwed up. And so she about to show out. Oh, I got to watch her show all the way out again, because it was just, the content makes itself. It really doesn't need any commentary from me.
You got a doctor's degree?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and...
No, get away from my door. Sit down.
Sit down.
Yeah,
no. You get your...
She told him to sit down. The man is trying to leave. She's trying to hold him hostage. She's holding this man against his will. Because she thinks she owns him. She thinks she's running something. You sit down. You stay away from that door. In her mind, this made sense. I'm going to make sure that this man, who's stronger than me, who can probably put me into a chokehold, and I could just be laid out here in 5 seconds if he really wanted to. I'm not going to let him leave. I'm going to tell him to sit down. And the expectation in her mind was, and he's going to sit here and do what I say until I get his dispatch on the phone. And then they're going to let me rant. They're going to let me rant and go off. And they're going to try to appease me, because the customer's always right. They're going to try to appease me and say, ma'am, well, how can we make this better? What can we do? And she's going to want a whole bunch of free stuff. Oh, this about... I'm telling you how this goes. They start demanding things, and I have no regrets. I am out of the retail space. This is one of the reasons why. This was one of the reasons why. When it got to the end, it got so bad, Robert was like, you can't come up here no more. He was like, you're banned. He was like, you're banned. Because I had an encounter with someone who was being unreasonable like this, and I was like, yeah, this my last day. I fired myself from my own store. I was like, I'm working remotely. I'm not allowed to be on the sales floor anymore, because I can't. I was like, I can't do it no more. I was like, after 12, 13 years, that's enough. It's time to retire. My temper and my patience, these people wore me down. They wore me down, I say. You saw how she's looking for Larry's help. She told this man, you're not leaving. You're not leaving. You're not going anywhere. And handy dandy tape measure man, he's like, can you get your wife, sir?
Wife, sir?
That's not my husband.
Can you?
No.
Go ahead.
She's too darn hateful and evil and miserable to have a husband. And she would never marry Larry because Larry is weak. She'll never marry Larry. Larry is just around because he knows she crazy, but it's like that one sliver of time when she's really sweet. You know, that one time he's holding on to that as if he can try to somehow recreate that moment of when he met her and she was halfway normal, what he's trying to do is just hold on in hopes that he can save her and reform her. She can't be helped, bro. Chicks like this, you got to leave them to their own devices. These are the kind that end up in assisted living facilities by themselves where don't nobody come to visit. This is where they end up. They that miserable. They're that insufferable. And I hate to talk about it like this, but it's the truth. Y'all know somebody like this. You know, they be in their sorority and stuff with their PhD, showing all the way out, just showing their whole tail. And all of this wasn't warranted. It was a simple, I screwed up. I did not measure my space and now I'm mad.
We got another door, bro. This shit is crazy.
If you touch one goddamn thing and
Hey, that's what I be talking about, man. Hey, go ahead and load this thing back up, bro. We gone.
But let's just take this scene in for a moment. Handy dandy tape measure man tells his partner, let's load this up. They don't pay us enough for this. This is probably like, looking at the time of day it is, this could be their second stop, maybe their fifth stop. That's a straight truck. What was that, 26 foot? So that means they gotta go. Okay, they gotta go. They're on a time schedule. Why is she sitting there? What is this supposed to accomplish? She's sitting there because the idea is you're not leaving until I'm satisfied. And what's gonna satisfy me is I gotta get dispatch on the phone. I have to spaz out. I gotta crash out, spaz out, be completely outraged, show all the way out until I get what I want. Now, mind you, what she wants is so unreasonable, it can't even be fulfilled today. Like in her mind, they're supposed to manifest the refrigerator that actually fits, and they're gonna send another truck and bring it to her. Because she doesn't know how this works. She doesn't know that this truck probably got loaded the night before or the morning of, in the order of the stop in which she is. There are other customers' items on here. In her mind, you're gonna go back to Lowe's and get my stuff, not realizing that this probably came from a distribution center or a warehouse. They didn't just go into the Lowe's and pick it up off the shelf and put it on the truck for you. That's not how this works. But her sitting there trying to get dispatch on the phone, this is where she goes to make her demands. And then some poor little CSR on the phone gonna put her on mute and be like, I've told this lady 1,000,000 times that we're going to have to take the product back. We got to restock it. And she has to order another one. She's going to have to come in. She don't want to hear none of that. And she's going to continue to go back and forth, demanding what she wants as if it is possible for her to get it. And no amount of explaining, like you're going to want to take her into the kitchen and say, ma'am, do you realize that the items on this truck, they're not yours. They belong to other customers. Right? There's a whole logistics process involved with this. Give us time. And even though this ain't our fault, because you didn't measure your space, we're more than we'd be more than happy to take this product back. But you gotta have to come in and pick out something else. It's unreasonable. So this here, her sitting here, this is the standoff. This is the standoff where she gonna sit here and she ain't gonna let these people, she not gonna let them in. And then I love the next part. So he's like, so you gonna sit here? Okay. Look how tight she looks. Just tight.
It's over, bro. Back it up. Ma'am, can you please get out of our truck? Please get out of our truck. see what I'm talking about?
See how she's not even acknowledging him? He's nobody to her. Like, the fact that this is his truck and he's the driver and he's got to get in it is insignificant. She don't care about that. He is nothing. He's invisible to her. How she gets from the truck out into the grass, I don't know. Let's watch it. But this is the mindset of the Oratchetang. Can't manage your misery. So what is the symptom? They show out. They create chaos where none exists. Was there any chaos here in how the driver and the partner was dealing with her? No. Was there any chaos in how they were trying to explain to her, well, ma'am, you know, we'd be more than happy to measure the space, but the refrigerator didn't grow or shrink. This the size, it's the size. Your doorway is the door, it is what it is. You can't reason. You can't reason. Now, if it were me, I probably would have just snatched her little skinny tail out and just flung her to the side, got in the car and drove off. But that would have been his job. So he's trying to handle this in the most diplomatic way possible. But at this point, the police probably should have been involved.
They don't pay enough for this, dog.
She attacking him. She got his backpack on.
What was she gonna do with his backpack? This is stage 2 of the standoff. You can tell she does this in a relationship. You know, when you get into the argument with chicks like this, and instead it's not the backpack, it's the car keys. You not leaving because I'm not finished arguing with you, so I'm gonna take your car keys so you can't leave. That's what this is. She thinks if I take the backpack, he can't go. It's probably got his wallet, his ID in it, his tools, things that he needs for the next job. And he's like, I'm not leaving without my backpack. So in her mind, if I take the backpack, he can't leave. Now, nowhere in her mind does she ever think through this and be like, I look stupid. Like, people are watching me. I'm on the lawn, rolling around in the grass with property that's not mine. Like, I'm stealing someone's stuff. Nope. That concept got lost on her.
It's the black woman. She says she got a doctorate degree. He's just trying to grab his bag. That's it. This shit is crazy.
She don't want to take her arms out the bag. The guy is like, my hands are in the air. I'm not touching her. She's just refusing to let go of my bag. Why is Larry here again? Larry is as useless as he was when he was inside the house. I need Larry to rethink his whole life. Larry, is this what you want? Is this the future that you want with her? Larry? Because, like, we're out here on the internet questioning your manhood right now, Larry. Like, Larry. You can't save her. She need Jesus, and you ain't him. Y'all, this woman is rolling around with white pants on. Like me, I'd be like, oh, shoot, my pants. Like, that's how I think. I'd be like, oh, no, I can't get these grass stains out. Oh. Did y'all see that? She bit the bag like a wild boar or an unreasonable beast. She bit the bag like the bag was in her mouth. She was like, ah. Oh my God, somebody get her. Oh, this was entertaining. Y'all, this woman bit the bag. I don't know if she thought her teeth were stronger than her arms. But that's how her mouth ended up bleeding. He didn't hit her in the mouth. He probably grabbed the bag while it was in her death grip from her teeth. And he pulled hard. And now her lady, your whole mouth is bleeding. Like, come on. Now she's screaming. It's not even her property, but she is screaming. My conclusions are still the same. I don't know if it's the fluoride in the water. I don't know if there's some sort of endocrine disruptors that are caught. And I know people are going to say, well, you know, mental illness is on the rise. I don't believe that. We've always had mentally disturbed people that needed help among us. That's not new. Now, I do think that there is an uptick in the prevalence of a lot of mentally unstable people. And a lot of it has to do with side effects from pharmaceuticals. A lot of these neurotoxins that are in our food, they have not been studied long term, especially these GMOs and stuff. Like a lot of this stuff, the glyphosate, it's messing with a lot of people and they don't know what's going on with them. An argument can be made for that. But here is why I am unwilling to concede that everybody, like 6 out of 10 people, are just crazy today. A lot of these women are displaying this behavior because they are out of order. Like, we were not meant, the way that this generation, by and large, is going into the middle age, going into the geriatrics, we were designed to pair bond with one another and to learn how to live amicably with the opposite sex, to where you learn how to engage, you learn how to forbear, you learn that you have to be patient, you've got to give, you can't always get your way, you need to be quiet. Women today we're not learning those fundamental things because so many of us don't have that type of, we've never experienced long-term what it's like to engage with the opposite sex in an understanding way, right? Outside of our boss or something like that, many of us don't really have the life experience of being in a long-term, healthy, bona fide interaction with the opposite sex, to where we're learning from him, we are growing, we're evolving, we're learning how to forbear, we're realizing that, oh, we're not perfect, that, you know, we make mistakes sometimes, and the same for men as well. You got a lot of men who, they don't have this experience either, but the way it displays in men is different. They retreat, they become incels, right? They just learn to manage their misery within their own little space, and they retreat, right? Women, on the other hand, they showing out. They are just out here, by and large, showing out. And I really do believe this is a symptom of that matriarchal squalor that I'm talking about, where all we know is, and I'll put myself in this category, I wasn't raised in a household with a male presence. Forget a strong male presence, just a male presence. I all I knew was estrogen. I had no concept of the balance between the estrogen from the women and a woman and the testosterone from a man. So the way, because this is the environment in which I was raised, I was just used to seeing women rise to the occasion, have to figure things out, have to make do, have to solve problems. And they did the best that they could with the resources that they had. And I am not castigating and speaking about them in a bad light. But what I am saying is that now that I'm on this side of it, I see the deficiencies. I'm like, okay, yeah, I can see why so many bad decisions were made, so many unwise decisions were made, because we didn't have the input and the wisdom from the balance, the man stepping in and saying, hey, I don't think you should do that. Let me explain why. Or just the input of a man that says, listen, I'm not about to explain all the details to you right now, but my answer is no, and I'll explain it when I think you're ready to hear it. Like, I didn't have that type of masculine input. And so what I think we are seeing from a lot of these women, because she's a PhD, She's been by herself for so long and trying to manage her life, and she's not doing it well, that when she has to engage, she doesn't know. She's used to, I'm going to get my way. This is how I assert myself and I make things happen, because I make things happen for myself. When I believe I've been wronged, even though she has not been wronged here, she doesn't want to hear the input of any of the men that are in this situation, because she don't respect them. She doesn't see the value of them even being there outside of, you're delivering my refrigerator, and you, Larry, you fetch tape measures. But she didn't even concede to the authority of Larry, who's not her husband, but clearly he's on her side. He couldn't even calm her down. He couldn't get her to let go of that bag. He's wrestling alongside the enemy with her. That lets you know right then and there that this is a fundamental disconnect with her mentally in how she views men. She doesn't respect men. Men are just a useful tool in her cog of how I move from point A to point B, but I don't recognize the value that they add to my life, their problem-solving skills, their ability to help me in this situation. These men were trying to help her in her disappointment. Like, we are so sorry. We've seen this happen a lot. Refrigerator it comes and it doesn't fit. That must be so disappointing for you. I could see how that's disappointing. We want to make it right, but we have to be honest. We can't fix it the way you want us to fix it right now. Right? Like, if she was reasonable, I think there's nothing wrong with showing empathy and trying to explain in that moment, I know you're disappointed. And it's sad that we got to talk to grown folks like this, as opposed to saying, we're sorry, ma'am, it didn't fit, but we'll make it right. No, you gotta, if she had ears to hear, they could have de-escalated this, but because she doesn't respect men and she doesn't see the value that they add to her life at all, is why she could call him Mr. tape measure man? Larry, go get the tape measure. She's fighting with Larry. She's kicking the guy in the chest, won't let go of his bag. And then now she's crying victim. My arm is hurting. You're hurting me. She's asking for help. And who came to help her? Who came to help her? Another woman. And this woman, instead of holding her accountable, saying, Shauna, I don't know if that's her name, I'm just making it up. Why are you out here rolling around in the grass? Girl, get up. Get up out here embarrassing me like this. What the hell's wrong with you? Instead, Karen is rubbing her hand. Baby, let go of the bag. What's in the bag? And I'm like, Karen, that's not even her bag. This the tape measure man's bag. See how they're coddling her? Because see, Karen don't want to experience her wrath. Karen already knows. Karen lives on the same block with her. So she's like, I don't want to experience this girl's wrath right now. So everyone in this situation has to handle this whole grown adult female with kid gloves because she's an Oratchetang who cannot manage her misery. Unbelievable. I'm not even gonna make y'all watch it again. But as funny as this was, and as entertaining, because it was entertaining for me. Oh, I got a big kick out of watching her on the floor in the grass, just rolling around, painted toes up in the air. Like, lady, who you fighting? They're trying to restrain you. You're not winning here. You look like a fool. But she can't manage her misery. This is why you're seeing this behavior. And I feel bad for the service providers because they don't get paid enough to deal with that. They don't. Listen, I know how much these dudes make. And I would tell her, I don't pay you enough to deal with that. Leave. Get my product, put it back on the truck, toss her behind out, and we'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. Bring my product back or go to the next stop. You don't have to put up with no foolishness like that. I used to hear these chicks in the background going off all the time, and half the time it was their fault. And then they be like, you need to tell them what they need to do. And I'd be like, you need to tell her what's not going to happen. You can't. we would have situations where they would get on the phone talking crazy like that. You got to check them. You say, first of all, I'm on your side. I want you to win. You came and you spent money in my store. I want you to be happy, but I can't help you when you're talking to me like this. Now, Miss Smith, I need you to calm down. Would you like me to call you back when you're calm? When you're calm, we'll talk. But until then, what you're not going to do, you ain't going to be screaming, hollering at me on this phone like this. You have to talk to them like you know them, but you got to assert yourself to let them know, I ain't going back and forth with you. I'm not. Miss Smith, you still there, baby? Okay, call me when you calm. Because you're a little too hype right now. All right, I'll call you back. And just let her breathe. After 11 years of that, it wore me the heck out. I was like, I can't raise these women. I can't. And their husbands, when they would come in, so let's say it's Miss Smith and she's acting like that on the phone. And let's say I get busy at the store and I don't call her back. Some of the Mrs. Smiths, they want to come up, they want to come in person. And they going to call themselves, I'm going to show out in person. Oh, I loved when they would do that. They come in. I would be like, Robert, here she go. And I get excited. And then they come with the man. And what I would do, because the man, he come in, he don't want to be there. He is like, she about to show out. He don't want to deal with it. But he ain't got a choice because he got to live with her. So they come in, she come up to the counter. May I speak to the manager, please? Hey, how are you? May I speak to the manager? Hi, I'm Chi. How are you? How can I help you today? Well, I had a delivery today. And when it got, I was not happy. Okay, well, tell me what happened. Tell me what happened. Let's talk about it. Now, sometimes you got to be careful how you deal with this because if it's a whole lot of people in the store, you don't want them showing out with other customers. Because if it start to go left, you don't want other customers to hear that. But you got to let them out. You got to let them let it out. So I let them talk. And in my mind, I'm on the beach. In my mind, I'm like, I'm somewhere else because I already know what happened. We've already documented the account. She's acting a fool. This is what she's mad about. She's threatening to come up here and show out. Oh, got it. And I say, okay. Well, I say, I've been doing this a really long time. And one of the first things we always tell all of our customers is measuring your space is so important because it's nothing worse than when you order that sofa and you like, girl, the colors, everything is right. And then when it gets to the house, it doesn't fit. I'm like, I know how disappointing that can be. I get it. And because we've been doing this for so long and we've seen this happen time and time again, when it does happen, this part right I love this part. I'm like, this part right here, this disclaimer, I'm like, so this is the sales order. And what we do, because we want you to be happy and we want to accept accountability when we've done something wrong, we have this disclaimer here on the sales order. And we make sure that you sign an initial indicating that you've measured your space. And then if the product has to come back for failure not to fit, you agree. We have a restocking fee. You got to take care of that because these guys work so hard bringing that product out. They didn't know it wasn't going to fit. So we got to restock it, right? And then you can reorder the one that fits. But this time, make sure you measure that space. How does that sound? Like at that point, that's my way of saying you screwed up. We CYA, we covered our behind to make sure that we let you know it's circled right here. You signed this. Just confirming you're Leslie Smith, right? Okay, L, this is your initial. Okay, this is you right here. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get you one that fits, and we will labor with you all day till you find the perfect sectional. But what we cannot do is we can't shrink it down. We can't shrink that one down. We got to get you a new one, but you got to pay the restocking fee. And this is how you got to deal with them. But then you get the unreasonable ones that still want to refuse, that is their fault. And then that's when I got to go get Robert. I'm like, I'm tapping out, tag team, come get her. I'm going to the back. I'm done. Because I said what I was going to say. I ain't arguing with her. And there's only been maybe one, there's never been a time where we had to get the police involved. We never had to get the police involved. But typically these women show out and then the man comes in. And then when we explain what happened to the man, he gets it. And he's like, okay, I know exactly what happened. And then them two get into it. Because now he's yelling at her like, I told you, if you would have just did this, then this wouldn't have happened. This is your fault. And you're trying to blame these people. And they already giving you a discount. What more do you want? And it's just, you see why I've aged? Had to get out of retail. Couldn't do it. So that's what happened with this situation. And it's terrible. And it's unfortunate, but this is what happened. Oh, she's still fighting. I'm sorry. I pressed play by mistake. Let me get to, let me get to some more super chats, and then y'all, we didn't get to Zelensky. Dang, I'm gonna do a separate, huh? Yeah, I don't know. Listen, it's already 11:20. I don't think we're gonna get to Zelensky tonight. I might be able to, I might just pre-record that and then drop it. Let me just get to these super chats. So let's see here. Here we go. Your boy Lynn, he says he's in California. Okay, it's okay. If you were here, I feel really bad for you. You're in California. I'm praying. Because I know how California can be, but we still are grateful that you had the forethought or the insight to see ahead, to see which was the better candidate. We appreciate it. Thank you so much, your boy, Lim. Sister Michelle, hey, girl. She said, oh, sis, don't blink out. She said, don't blink out. She should try Jesus. Listen, you have to admit that there are times when your sanctification is tested and the flesh takes over and you like, I just went away. Something happened. Something came over me. You still have to accept responsibility for that, but you at least need to acknowledge that I saw a blank. I blinked out. I don't know what happened, right? Emmy said, she said, be encouraged. Mrs. April Chapman, I'm trying. I am trying. I had no idea it was this late. So what I'm gonna do, I wanted to talk about Zelensky. I did. I have the clip pulled. I'm gonna see if I can get it done in 8 minutes, then we'll do it. Does anyone know what happened today with the president of Ukraine and President Trump in the Oval Office? If you didn't get a chance to watch that, it was delightful. And I'm going to explain to you why, in my opinion, I thought it was delightful. First, I need to find it. Here we go. Oh, okay, I'm going to do it. There are 2 clips I want to show you. I want to show you what happened at the White House. And then I have another clip as to why I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you who Zelensky really is. And that disrespect and bravado he tried to show today, that ain't who he really is. Okay? So let's do that. And I'm going to try to find the specific spot.
Our big parts of Ukraine, part of East and Crimea. So he occupied it on 2014. So during a lot of years, so I'm not speaking about just Biden, but those time was Obama, then President Obama, then President Trump, then President Biden, now President Trump, and God bless, now President Trump will stop him. But during 2014, nobody stopped him. He just occupied and took. He killed people. You know what the contact
2015.
2014.
2014 and 2014.
Yeah. So
I was not here.
Yeah, but
that's exactly right.
Okay, let me give y'all some backstory really quickly. Here's what's happening. There's a meeting here at the White House. And this meeting was brokered because y'all know Trump has already said, if I was in office, this war would have never happened. I wouldn't have allowed it to happen, right? But I wasn't. We had Jellyback Joe, soy boy Joe Biden in office, who didn't have a backbone, who really wasn't running anything. The war ended up happening. Putin invaded Ukraine. Now, there are reasons for that. And here's what I don't want you guys to think. I'm not a Putin apologist, but I kind of understand Putin's perspective on this. And I kind of have a little bit of geopolitical insight as to what's actually going on, why Putin is so pissed off, and why he has issues with Zelensky. And then I understand Trump's position. Trump is like, listen, we're trying to avoid World War III. We need to broker a peace deal. I wasn't in office when this war started, and America has been bankrolling a lot of this war, and we don't want to do this anymore, okay? Putin has already invaded. He done took possession and occupied some territory. Zelensky, you don't have a dog in this fight, and you have no negotiating power. Your people are dying. Let's get to some peace. Here's what I think. When I'm looking at Zelensky, his body language, the way he came dressed, he is using this optic, this news photo optic, in order to craft a shareable narrative to the American people. Trump keeps talking about we're making a deal, we want peace. And instead of him talking about peace, he wants to cry a river and explain about how bad Putin is and what Putin did and how long back this goes. And we're like, we know all of that, but that's not where we are right now. We're here now. We're here now, and we need to be talking peace now. Correct? He don't want peace, though. What he wants is to act like a petulant child and continue this war that he cannot win on our dime. And what's going to happen here is Trump is trying to continue to move to a peace deal negotiation. And what this little Negro gonna try to do is try to use our media to get the message that he wants the narrative that he wants the American people to know. And it's gonna go left real quick. I'm not gonna play all of it. I'm gonna try to fast forward it to the part that I want y'all to see, when my boy JD had to put that thing down on Zelensky. Let's see if this is it.
I've actually watched.
Okay, we're close. We're close.
Into this conflict and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring it into this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine? Did you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Count once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military? And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future.
He should have never said that. He should have never said that. Okay, let me help y'all understand what's going on. JD Vance is like, first of all, little man, you have some nerve. First of all, you don't come dressed appropriately. That's just disrespectful, okay? He never shows up in a suit. The media asked him at one point, like, why is it you keep showing up like you just crawled out of bed? You don't think when you are a head of state and you come to meet with other superpowers of the world, heads of state, why aren't you dressed appropriately? And I know some people are like, that's an inconsequential detail. No, it's not. This is men. These are men talking, right? These are alphas in the room. Trump is an alpha. I would probably say JD Vance is an alpha, but he ain't the top dog alpha in the room. Trump is the alpha in the room. And JD Vance is an alpha too. You men size up other men, right? It's all in the handshake and how they shake their hands. The whole goal is, I'm going to shake this man's hand, and the goal is to break his hand. Now, I'm just saying, not literally, but figuratively, they are exerting power, right? So to show up to a meeting like this and you're not dressed the part, that's already a sign of disrespect. 2, your body language and your posture. This peon here is sitting with his arms folded, and watch his body language. When JD Vance is talking to him, right? He's grimacing his face. Get it? I get it. My face ain't sanctified either. When someone says something to me, y'all know how I am. I just be like, I have like these faces because I'm communicating with my face that I don't like what I'm seeing. This is bothering me. I'm annoyed. You sound dumb. What? Like my face has all of these it's a non-communication, non-verbal communication. Zelensky sitting here with his arms folded, and did y'all hear what he said? He said, you have oceans between us, but eventually you're going to find out. To me, that was a veiled threat, implying that there's all this water, but one day you're going to experience some unintended consequences despite the distance between us, you and Europe, or you and China, or you and Russia. And JD Vance is like, say, what now? And then Trump jumps in, is like, what? Who do you think you're talking to? After our money has been helping you fight a war that you cannot win. You are outnumbered. You don't have the manpower. You don't have the resources. The topography of Ukraine, there's nowhere to hide. It's just open. And so when JD Vance is trying to explain to him, like, you are not in any position. Oh, I'm going to play it. I wasn't finished saying what I'm...
God bless. You don't know that.
God bless.
You
God bless. You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that.
That's exactly what you're doing.
You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good.
You will feel influence.
We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position.
This man has been taking our money. We've been bankrolling this to help his little ungrateful behind out. And Trump is like, first of all, you're in no position to be telling us nothing. Okay, we will pull the plug on this so fast and tell Putin, just blow it up. Just blow it all up. But he don't want to do that. Trump is trying to broker peace. If this dude was really about brokering peace, he'd be like, listen, y'all helped us out. Before all of this happened, Zelensky kept bringing up, Trump kept saying, Europe is not pulling their weight, helping you enough. They're helping, but they're not helping like we are helping. And Zelensky, instead of acknowledging that, he just kept going around this mulberry bush, kept bringing up what Europe is doing, and instead of being grateful, implying that America is not doing enough to help him. So this is why these alphas in the room are losing their patience, because they're like, we don't need this. You are in our home, in our country, on our turf, being disrespectful. Who do you think you are? And you ain't got on a suit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know y'all like, it's a sign of respect. He never does it. I'm going to play it some more. And then I'm going to show you this other video that's going to help you. All this effeminate energy that's coming from that side of the room, from Zelensky, you're going to see it.
And he happens to be right about
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards.
I'm not playing cards.
Right now, you don't.
You're
playing cards.
Mr. President.
You're playing cards.
Serious.
You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. That's back to you. Far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once? This
A lot
entire
of
meeting?
times.
No, in this
Even
entire meeting,
today.
have you said thank
Even
you?
today.
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war, you can...
He's not speaking loudly.
Did y'all hear that? told JD, oh, so you think because you talking loudly that what you're saying has more significance? And Trump is like, first of all, he's not speaking loudly. He's speaking matter-of-factly. And now they're losing their patience. They're like, we don't have to take this from this little dude. We don't have to take this. Who does he think he is? He was just campaigning for the opposition, and Trump is still coming in like, listen, we trying to help you, pimping, but you ain't making it easy for us. I'm going to let it play a little bit more.
He's not speaking loudly. Your country is in big trouble.
Can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No,
Can
you've
I
done a lot
answer?
of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning.
I know.
You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of us.
Mr. President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
You haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet,
You
and
haven't
not
been
only
alone.
in this cabinet.
We gave you, through
I
this
said
stupid
thank you.
president, $350 billion.
You voted
we gave
for
you
your
military
president.
equipment,
You
and you
voted
men
for
are
your
brave,
president.
but they had to use our military.
Notice how Trump wants to leave the Ukrainian people out of this and just deal with him. Because Trump has said plenty of times during this meeting, your men have been very brave, but the way you are shepherding and stewarding the resources that we're giving you, you cannot win this war. He said the last idiot in chief gave you $350 billion, gave you all of this equipment, gave you this, gave you that. You can't win. Instead of him humbling himself, saying, you know what, he's right, and we're bleeding resources, we're not going to have much of a country left if we continue fighting this war. Instead of him humbling himself and doing that, he wants to go toe-to-toe with Trump. I'm like, are you crazy? Have you gone mad? But I'm going to tell you what's going on with him. Do y'all know how this ends? This ultimately ends with them kicking him out. They were supposed to have lunch. He like, no, you got to go. We're done here. He's made it very clear. This meeting was not held in good faith, where the idea was for peace. Zelensky doesn't want peace. I have reason to believe that he is taking the money from America and he's using a portion of it, or a good significant portion of it, to enrich himself. He effectively is bowing the knee ideologically to the rainbow cult. And I'm going to show you why I believe that. The whole reason why Putin does not want Ukraine in NATO, one, is too close for comfort. And Putin is also like, listen, we are already experiencing an ideological war on our side. We have a resurgence of the Christian Orthodox Church here. We recognize how communism was bad for us. We want more conservative values. We need to be having babies. So therefore, we don't want abortion over here. And we definitely don't want this freak nasty rainbow cult perversion over here. That stuff is not tolerated in Russia. Our previous administration has been slowly but surely exporting all of that sexual perversion, the gay stuff, the LGBT agenda. Yes, they've been exporting that, and they've been exporting abortion and all of these other leftist ideological worldviews that a lot of nations do not want in their country. And a lot of that has to do with why Putin is pissed. And Trump, he's glad that Trump is in, because he knows Trump is not going to allow the proliferation of that to happen some more. And Zelensky is all for that mess. When the last administration was like, you need to have a gay pride parade, because that's their tell. That's their tell. When you bow the knee to the LGBT agenda, that's how they know they got you. Zelensky did it. And I'm about to show y'all this video. I'm about to show you a video, and you're going to be like, what the heck is this? What is this man doing? He is all about that. And this is one of the reasons why Putin has an issue with him. Where's his video? Let me see. Oh, y'all ready? Now when I show you this, you tell me, is this an alpha male that's trying to be a big dog and assert some power over somebody? Well, I don't think it's copyrighted music. If it is, I'll just trim it out. Did y'all see that? Do I need to play it again? Do he look hard to you? Does he look like somebody that's going to put up or shut up? What was that we just watched? Did y'all see that? Do I need to play it again? That was Zelensky. That was Zelensky bowing the knee to the rainbow cult. This is the mess that countries in Africa, China, believe it or not, and Russia, like, get this, we don't want this mess over here. And America, before Trump, was pushing this freak nasty stuff all over the world. Part of their agenda. And the rest of the world is like, we don't want y'all's food. We ain't trying to kill babies. And we don't want all this LGBT gay stuff. We don't want this. And that is Zelensky. He's not hard. He ain't scaring nobody. This is why J.D. Vance is like, you little ungrateful some of something. After all the money we've given you, and you're allowing your people to die in this senseless war because you just won't give up the ghost and get peace. And the thing about it is, he wants more money and resources, but he doesn't want to give up anything. So a part of this negotiation peace talk was like, all right, if we strike a deal where there's peace, we need some minerals because you got to pay us back. He's like a petulant child. His thing is, well, you gave me money. I want more. Why I got to pay you back? And Trump is like, Negro, you got natural resources over there that are useful to us. After everything we've done for you, that's the least that you can do. He don't want to talk about that. He wants more support. He wants more support. He wants more money, more resources, and he wants security. So how y'all going to protect me? What kind of security mechanisms are y'all going to put in place for me? And Trump is like, you got one more time to ask me for something else. One more time. In fact, get out. Now you got to get out. Get out my house. And Trump, you can tell because he's trying to leave the Ukrainian people out of this because he's like, it's been too much bloodshed. Too many people dying, and your men are brave, but they can only take but so much. And you don't seem to care about your own people. He's like, well, guess what? I care about the American people, and we're tired of bankrolling this war. So you either come to peace, or I'm going to let Putin have his way with you. And I don't think that's what you want. Because after you prance around here like this little girly man, you don't strike me as the type that can, I'm just saying. He ain't the big dog. Hey, fuzzy balls. Fuzzy Ball says Zelensky left his walnuts at the White House. Oh, yeah, he can't retrieve those. Trump ain't giving them back. Here's my question to you guys. I understand geopolitics is not like our main thing, and we don't really talk about it a lot on this channel. But how many of you agree with this war in Ukraine and agreed or supported us sending billions and billions of dollars over there? I believe there's something going on with how a lot of that war was funded, and a lot of that money is coming back to a lot of the lawmakers over here. Somebody's getting rich off of this war. That's why they didn't want it to end. And Trump is a pragmatist, like, listen, I'm about peace. I'm about to make money. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. This war is useless. It did not need to happen. If I was in office, it wouldn't have happened. So now I'm trying to come in and clean up the mess from the defunct previous commander-in-chief. I want to know from you guys, Mr. Thank you so much, Mr. Gib BQ. Thank you so much for that super chat. I'm so grateful for your contribution tonight. He doesn't say anything. He just sent the super chat. I'm trying to find out from you guys. What are your thoughts? Someone said, I didn't see the full meeting, so I didn't think he said anything disrespectful from the little footage I saw. What it is, it's not necessarily what he said. It was his body language. He was rolling his eyes, shrugging his shoulders. So what many of us may not understand, that when you're in a diplomatic meeting like this, there's a decorum. There is a way to carry yourself, because your body language can be misinterpreted. The way you carry yourself and the way you are presenting yourself, particularly when the media and the cameras around. If he was going to get froggy like this, he should have done this off camera behind closed doors. But for the public to see, he should have been like, yes, we want peace. We want this war to end. Let us do what needs to be done to stop the bloodshed. Thank you. Then when the cameras are off, that's when he was supposed to go ham and say how he really felt. You don't do that in the White House, or you don't go to a head of state and in front of the media, demonstrates an adversarial tone, an undiplomatic disposition. You show up dressed the part. You represent well. You don't sit there with your arms folded, rolling your eyes and snapping acting like a female, sucking his teeth. It was disrespectful. And for us, looking at it from the outside looking in, you might be like, okay, this was just, men and talking and engaging. It didn't seem that serious. But it is that serious when there's a war at stake and there are lives on the line. And instead of wanting to negotiate and come to a peace agreement, you keep asserting yourself, talking about what you're not getting when you've gotten more than enough from us. We don't owe you anything. Like JD Vance is trying to tell him, what we gave you, we didn't have to do, but we did. But we can show you better than we can tell you. It is disrespectful. It's very disrespectful. There's backstory to this. I would suggest, if you really want to be brought up to speed in terms of what is happening in Ukraine and why Putin feels the way that he feels, watch that Tucker Carlson interview where he interviewed Putin. You really got to be in the politics to enjoy it, though, because he's speaking Russian. So Tucker's talking, and then there's an interpreter, and Putin long-winded. Like, he like an old Baptist preacher. Like, he gonna slow drag that text. You'll be like, all right, Putin, do we really need this history lesson? But you do, it'll help you understand him a lot better. I do believe that Putin has recognized the error of his ways. And the reason why, you can have people like Jasmine Crockett out here talking about, Trump likes to pal around with Putin. What Trump is trying to demonstrate is like, I'm not on anybody's side. I am a negotiator. I bring parties to the table, and it has to be a win-win for everybody. His thing is, Putin took some bullets during the Russia hoax, because what the left over here tried to do was stoke tension between America and Russia where none existed, by trying to imply that Russia was involved in our elections when they weren't. That was a lie that Hillary started and the liberal left started, and it could have caused major problems. And instead of Putin never retaliated, he never did anything, he just took that on the chin. And him and Trump had to work that out, because he's like, listen, I know you ain't had nothing to do with that. I know you didn't. That was a lie. I know it's a lie. You know it's a lie. We good? We good? They did the male head nod, did the fist bump, and there's peace. But he dealt with that. And so Trump is like, we're not about to start no beef with him over Ukraine, because we don't have anything to do with this. Trump is like, this is not our fight. And we've been helping you, giving you money, giving you resources and weapons. And this is how you repay us? Demanding more stuff? I got your stuff. I'm about to kick your behind out this White House, make you walk your behind back over to Ukraine. That's what's about to happen. That's the energy Trump is coming with, and that's why. So, yeah, it's just bad. But I'm about to head out because I can't believe it's about to be midnight, and I'm still on this live stream. But I love you guys. Don't forget to register. If you are in Metro Atlanta, come to the Blex Ignite of Faith. Not that. Y'all come hear Virgil Walker speak. He is the keynote speaker. I will be there. Bishop Dwayne Harden. Pastor Stephen Perry, I met him. He pastors a church up in Detroit. Topher, I think he's a hip hop artist. He's going to be there. Sister Rakita Harper is going to be leading praise and worship. It's going to be really nice. So if you're in Alabama, such as Birmingham, Huntsville, even Montgomery, not too far. If you're in South Georgia, Central Georgia, if you're in Columbus, if you're in Macon, Warner Robins, or Metro Atlanta, y'all come out and hang out with us on the Night of Faith on April the 5th. This is not the first or the last time that I'm going to tell you guys about this event. There'll be more opportunities, but the link to register, I will leave it in the description box of this video if you're interested in attending. And outside of that, you guys, any announcements that I missed, I'm getting sleepy and I'm dehydrated. I need water. So I will talk to you guys next time. I love you guys with the love of the Lord. Grace and peace.